This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here, and it's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value.
Time that!
You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or 6-inch Philly plus tots for $2.99.
My mom never let me eat this much cookie dough.
What would she say if she saw you eating this big scoop cookie dough blast?
I don't know. Why ask her?
Don't tell your father.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Hurry in and scoop up our new cookie dough treats. Try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome to the Davis Ford pregame show as we're rolling here. Homecoming night in Fulton, ICC and Holmes getting set to kick off here in the next 27 minutes as we start that countdown to the First American National Bank opening kick. Adam Gore, Jordan Smith. Is that right this time, Jordan?
You got it.
I mess it up every
week.
So
we got it this week.
I apologize. We'll get to the last game of the year, and I'll say it with some confidence. But Jordan, Mr. Jim will be joining us here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth shortly as he's still dealing with some of the homecoming things going on. But let's just talk about it. Great week to celebrate homecoming and a lot of old faces. Familiar faces returning home for homecoming tonight.
Absolutely. Great week if you enjoy a hot one. That's what it's been.
Yes.
On the way back over here, so I've been on the road today, looking down at the thermometer, 97 degrees is what I had on it. So I don't know what the record is for October the 3rd, but I would say we're probably pretty darn close to it there today. But you're right, a lot of festivities around campus this week. It's been a lot of fun to witness and to see. And, hey, let's cap it off tonight with a big victory right here under the lights in Fulton with a win tonight.
Absolutely. A must-win situation here for the Indians to keep their playoff hopes alive as they push throughout the regular season. 3 more games left. Next week will be our last home game of the season as well. We're going to come back with more of the Davis Ford pregame show as we're about 26 minutes away from that First American National Bank opening kick between ICC and Holmes. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese. and the most pepperoni. All at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza, pizza.
You could say it's about the clubs. You could say it's about the ball. You could even say it's about the course or the weather. But what it really comes down to is consistency and hard work. Over and over and over again. At Renaissance, we understand consistency. We understand hard work. Most importantly, we understand you. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back to the Davis Ford pregame show. The ICC All-American Band performing here as we're just about 23 minutes away from that First American National Bank opening kickoff between ICC and Holmes. Earlier this week, Lee Adams, the assistant SID here at ICC, had a chance to catch up with Coach Sean Cannon and talk about his tonight, or should say the matchup tonight against Holmes, and also get his Bank of Okolona keys to victory. So let's go to that interview now.
All right, Coach, exciting week on campus here with homecoming and, of course, Holmes coming to town, finally back home again. Just talk about this week, the excitement leading up to the game.
Yeah, it's always a good week. You got a chance to, come back home, play in front of your home crowd and, and setting up a crucial homecoming game with Holmes. They coming in off a big win off of Northwest and, so they're going to be excited. And our kids, I think, are ready to get out there and play, and hopefully we'll go out there and compete with them and stay after for 4 quarters and come out with a W.
Okay, well, talk a little bit about Holmes and some of the challenges they present. Correct me if I'm wrong, they still run the triple option on offense. So talk about it from the defensive side first.
Yeah, a lot of not very big on the O-line. Typically you don't have to have big linemen to run that offense, and they do a good job of staying in your way and making you be disciplined. Taking the dive and the quarterback and pitch. And so they create a lot of problems. Got a receiver committed to Mississippi State, who's a really good player, and so we've got to contain that part of their passing game. When they do throw the ball, not a whole lot. They don't throw it about 5 or 6 times a game, but when they do, they try to make big plays off of it. So, got to stay on your feet. Can't get cut on the ground, and be able to play the option rules like we worked on in practice. So we'll see. Biggest challenge is to set the speed of the game. As much as we can practice it during the week, it's not the way they're going to run it in the game. And I've kind of told the kids we got to get ready for the speed of it early, get ourselves settled in, and hopefully be able to contain it. 2 years ago we played them at homecoming here, and I think first drive was 16 plays, and we go down and pick a ball off and run it back for a touchdown. So you got to make teams like this earn what they get, and then offensively, got to be able to take advantage when we on the field, because might not get a lot of possessions offensively this week just because of what they do offensively. Keep the ball on the ground, run the clock. So we got to be important to score when we get the ball offensively as well.
Okay, a lot of talk of their offense there. What about their defense? Talk a little bit about what they do on that side of the ball.
Yeah, a lot of pressure. They bring fire pretty much all the time, and it's kind of one of those that make you get ready for the option during the week, and then you got to worry about trying to protect all their different looks they give you on defense. A lot of shifts and double-edged pressure, weak and strong, and so we've got to make sure we protect and keep our quarterback upright and be able to hit them where they're not. And that's kind of what we worked on this week, and so we'll go out there and we'll see.
Okay, well, give us your Bank of Okolona keys to victory.
Well, we got to stay ahead of the chains again, and can't turn it over, can't give them extra possessions, and I think, just kind of what I mentioned, we got to make sure the possessions we get we come out with points, and hadn't had a kicker for 2 weeks, so those are vital, and you got to finish drives with touchdowns, and so going to be important to get up early. You got to put them behind the chains, and not let them play with the lead, and but they played some really good football teams, so they're going to be battle tested. So we've got to make sure that we go in ready to go and play physical, and then got to stay on our feet on defense, and you got to make them go the long haul. If it's 15 plays, it's 15 plays, but you can't give an offense like this a 2-play drive and let them score in 2 plays, and just not what you got to do to stop the run game, and and we got to have some good breaks. We've been shooting ourselves in the foot too much, and got to find a way to make those opportunities that people are giving us. We got to cash in on them. We ain't cashed in on them yet, and so that's kind of been our challenge this week with the kids of taking advantage of other things that kids give us or the other teams give us, and got to capitalize.
All right, Coach. Well, best of luck tonight.
And that was Coach Sean Cannon talking about tonight's matchup with the Holmes Bulldogs. Holmes, by the way, as they mentioned, picked up a big win last week over a top 5 team in the country over Northwest. So they're bringing in a whole lot of momentum into tonight's contest, a team that ICC is very familiar with. Holmes and ICC has become somewhat of a rivalry over the years whenever it comes to that second and sometimes third spot in the division. So, Jordan, we just heard Coach Sean Cannon's keys to victory, brought to you by the Bank of Oklahoma. John Harrod and Company, a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics here on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM, as well as Let'sGoICCTV.com. So what's your thoughts? What's it going to take for the good guys to be victorious tonight?
Well, I didn't hear exactly what Coach Cannon had to say there, but I would imagine he probably said something about what it's like to face that triple option attack. Anytime you look across the field and you see guys that are going to run that wishbone set, that triple option attack at you, you know that you're going to have to prepare a little bit differently defensively. You've got to play assignment football. You've got to pick up your guy, and you cannot let him get by. You have to play disciplined. You have to be your head in the game, and you can't win that based off just athleticism. So tonight, defensively, you played well last week. You only gave up 14 points to a Northeast team. Tonight, you can throw all that out the window. It's totally different when you look at a team that's going to run that attack at you. You have to be disciplined. You have to be on top of things. You have to hope you've had a good week of practice on that side of the ball.
Absolutely. You look at a team that put up 47 points last week running that triple option. Now, they did throw it a little bit more than they're accustomed to last week, but still put up some pretty big numbers.
Well, it's an interesting team to look at. I mean, last week they had 5 players that had more than 7 carries. I mean, that's the type of thing you're going to get with that triple option attack. But then you look out wide with a wide receiver. You don't think about this a lot with a triple option attack styled offense, but Caleb Ducking is a 6'5", 187 sophomore who's committed to Mississippi State. So, I mean, he's a guy that can go up and get the football out wide. It really gives you some different dynamics to an offense that last week, like you mentioned, beat a top 5 team and scored 47 points.
Absolutely. Now, one thing that could be a bonus for ICC is the fact that Coach Sean Cannon, when he was at Delta State, both as a player then as a GA, they ran that triple option. So he is very familiar with this style of offense. So he can prepare the team. It's just kind of like Coach Strother said earlier in the week with soccer. You can prepare them all week as long as you want. It's going to take the guys to execute. So if the guys can execute that game plan, you got to think the Indians might have a pretty good inside track on this.
Well, you're exactly right. When you think back, when you look to the college game even, at the few teams that still run that triple option style, I mean, you can look at your military academies. The Army's going to run it. Navy's going to run it. Georgia Tech used to run it in the ACC. Now under Jeff Collins, they've gone away from that. But when you think about the styles those teams played, they usually put a ton of points on the board or they don't put anything on the board. The middle ground is usually not there. So early on tonight, we should be able to see if ICC defensively is up to the task.
And one thing he did mention in his keys to victory was taking advantage of the possessions they get, because ICC is not going to get a lot of possessions because Holmes just grinds you out. It's a 16-play drive before they put points on the board. So when you do have the football, you've got to protect it, and you've got to find a way to put points on the board.
Well, you're exactly right. When you do have the football, you've got to take advantage of that tonight because, I mean, here we are pregame. I'll tell you, when we look at the postgame stats, ICC's not going to win the time of possession battle tonight. You're not going to do that. So when you do have your hands on the football, don't make needless mistakes. Be conservative with it, but you also have to have that aggressive mindset in your play calling and in your perspective of how you play. So you've got to take advantage of what they give you, and that means, hey, instead of a typical 12-possession game, you may just get 10 tonight. You got to make them count.
When we come back with the Davis Ford pregame show, we'll take a look at tonight's Coca-Cola starting lineups as we're about 15 minutes and 20 seconds away from that First American National Bank opening kick between your ICC Indians and the Holmes Bulldogs. Back with more right after this on Super Talk Mississippi and Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Student involvement is a top priority here at Itawamba Community College.
If you want to be involved with student government, then the Student Government Association is the place for you.
If you have a stellar GPA, then Phi Theta Kappa is for you.
If you're interested in the diverse culture of our campus population, then the Diversity Club is for you.
If you're interested in leadership and service, then Indian Delegation is for you.
If you're majoring in computer programming or computer networking, then CPNA, the Computer Programming Networking Association, is for you.
If you're interested in good conversations and free lunch on Thursdays, then the Wesley Foundation is for you.
Our health science programs also have specific organizations for those majors.
Student Activities is excited to bring you new opportunities here at the ICC Tupelo campus.
Whatever your passion may be, we have a place for you.
This video is brought to you by Phi Theta Kappa Beta Chi Sigma Tupelo campus.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni. All at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza. First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here, and it's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Davis Ford pregame show, as we're about 11 and a half minutes away from the First American National Bank opening kick. Now let's take a look at some of those Coca-Cola starting lineups there, Jordan, and let's start with the Holmes Bulldogs.
Yeah, let's start with Holmes on the defensive side. The Bulldogs of Holmes, coached by Jeff Coons. He's in his 9th season at the helm at Holmes. 2-3 on the year, but of those 2 wins, both of those have come in division play. So 2-0 on the year inside division for Holmes. Across the defensive front, it'll be a 3-4 set. Erwin Mincy will start on one defensive end, a 6'2", 232 sophomore. Mincy hails from Lyons, Georgia. The nose guard will be C.J. Jefferson, 5'11", 250 out of Canton, Mississippi. Jefferson on the nose is a freshman, and rounding out the defensive end will be Tavian Johnson, a sophomore out of Madison, 6'3", 260. So that's Mincy, Jefferson, Johnson, freshman in the middle, 2 sophomores on the end for the Holmes Bulldogs across the defensive line. In the linebacking core, Rasan Carr, sophomore out of West Point, 5'10", 185. He'll start at one outside backer position. The other outside backer will be Jamari Johnson, 6 foot, 195 from Grenada. Johnson also a sophomore. 3 sophomores actually in the starting linebacking core for Holmes. Tyler McDaniel is that 3rd sophomore, 5'9", 212 sophomore. He hails from Jackson, Mississippi. The freshman of the group will be Edwin Herrard, 5'9", 178 from Eupora. Herrard is a freshman. In the secondary, Cedric Moffitt, 5'9", 150 out of Georgetown, a sophomore. He'll be one corner, and on the other corner will be Nigeria Young, 5'9", 139 from Senatobia. He is a freshman. The strong safety will be Cedric Pewitt, 5'11", 156 out of Jackson, Tennessee. Pewitt is a freshman, and the free safety will be Delvin Kirkland, a 6'1", 180 sophomore out of Lexington, Mississippi. That's a look at the defensive starters. In the special teams, the long snapper will be Journey White, a sophomore out of West Point. The place kicker will be Easton Curry from Grenada. Curry will actually handle the punting duties as well. On the offensive side of things, we'll take a look across the front of the offensive line. A sophomore, John Jordan Jr., a 6', 256 sophomore out of Lexington, Mississippi, will be the left tackle. The left guard is Monty Williams V, 5'11", 279 sophomore out of Flowood. Williams will be the left guard. The center will be Terrell Henderson Jr., a sophomore out of Senatobia. Henderson standing at 5'10 and 281. The right guard will be Jordan Boatman. Boatman is a freshman out of Starkville, Mississippi. Boatman 5'10", 274. He will be the right guard. And Calviante Overton, 5'10", 262 sophomore. He'll round out the offensive line at right tackle. Overton from Jackson, Mississippi. In the wide receiving corps, Kendarius Evans will be one guy. He's a sophomore, 6'1", 170 out of Pearl. And the other will be Caleb Ducking, 6'5", 187. You know, we mentioned him a little earlier in the pregame, currently committed to Mississippi State University. He's a sophomore out of Rolling Fork, Mississippi. He had 4 receptions for 83 yards and 2 touchdowns in last week's win over Northwest. So it is a triple option team, as we talked about, so they'll list 3 running backs, or 3 backs, that is, in their starting lineup. The left back will be Martavius Dill, a 5'8", 170 sophomore out of Webb, Mississippi. The right back will be Dylan Kelly, a 5'4", 158 sophomore from Pearl, and the B-back will be Terry Bryant, a 5'10", 225 sophomore out of Prentiss, Mississippi.
Let's go to the field now for the singing of the national anthem. And an outstanding job there by the ICC choir. Hopefully that was able to come over the broadcast there for you guys to be able to hear it. But real quick, Jordan, let's continue those Coca-Cola starting lineups.
Well, I got through the whole Holmes lineup except for the quarterback.
Okay.
We missed one guy, but Kyron Beatty, 5'8", 204 freshman. He's the reigning MAC-JC Player of the Week on the offensive side of the ball. The quarterback from Foreman, Arkansas, was 5'7" last week for 88 yards, 2 touchdowns. He ran it 16 times for 162 yards and had 2 more touchdowns on the ground. So altogether, 4 touchdowns for Beatty, the freshman out of Foreman, Arkansas. He calls the shots and will line up under center tonight for the Holmes Bulldogs.
And there's your starting lineup for the Holmes Bulldogs. And now the starting lineups for ICC. ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination. And Coach Sean Cannon hopes he's got that winning combination put together tonight.
Absolutely. Across the front, he'll go with Tyreek Howard, a 6'5", 305 freshman out of Independence, Mississippi. Jason Womack, a 6'2", 297 redshirt freshman out of Louisville Central High School. And rounding out the defensive starters across the front line will be Terry Randolph, 6'3", 235 freshman out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee. In the linebacking core, Nick Smith, who had 13 tackles in last week's loss to Northeast, 6', 225 sophomore out of Cleveland Central High School. He'll be one of the outside backers. The other will be LaKendrick Jones. Jones has 11 tackles on the year, half a sack. He'll be the other outside backer. Jamal Shumpert, 6', 220 sophomore out of Fulton, Mississippi, IEHS. He'll draw one of the starts on the inside. And Keyshawn Parker will be the other inside backer. 3 sacks for Oklahoma a couple weeks ago. He leads the team with 11.5 tackles and 5 sacks. Parker's 5'11", 225 and is a sophomore out of Calhoun City, Mississippi. Sylvante Oliver will be one cornerback, 5'10", 165, a sophomore out of Sardis, North Panola High School. Had an 88-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown last week. He will start at one corner position. The other will be Ken Martin, 6'1", 197, sophomore out of Columbus, 1 interception on the year for Martin. Peyton Ray will draw the start as the strong safety, 5'10", 189 freshman out of Madison Central High School, 25 tackles on the freshman campaign so far for Peyton Ray. And rounding out the defensive starters will be Octavius McClatchy, 6'2", 195 freshman out of Independence, 15 tackles and 1 interception on the year for McClatchy. He draws the start tonight as the free safety. On the offensive line, after you flip the page, Cameron Orr will start at left tackle. 6'6", 300, redshirt sophomore from Fulton. He will be your left tackle. Kayshawn Hanna out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. He'll be the left guard. The center will be Charles Brooks, 6', 315 freshman out of Greenwood. The right guard, Jacob Cunningham out of Louisville, 6'4", 315 sophomore. And another Louisville boy to his right at the right tackle position will be Tim Yarbrough, 6'3", 260 and a freshman. In the wide receiving core, Quay Tucker, 5'11", 191 sophomore out of Dadeville, Alabama. 14 receptions with 176 yards on the year, 1 touchdown. He will be one of the wide receivers. Barry Flowers draws the start in the slot out of South Panola High School. 5'10", 185 redshirt freshman. 3 touchdown grabs on the year for Flowers, and he also leads the team with 292 receiving yards. Collins Woods III out of Mobile, Alabama, a 6'2", 195 freshman. He has 21 grabs on the year, 240 yards and 2 touchdowns. Had 60 receiving yards and a touchdown in last week's action. He will be the last wide receiver that rounds out the starting lineup. The running back will be Hiram Wadlington, 5'11", 190 sophomore out of Oxford. 66 rushes, 395 yards, 2 touchdowns on the year. Also over 100 yards through the receiving game now as well through 5 games so far this season. The tight end will be Tyler Day, 6'3", 215 freshman out of Little Rock, Arkansas, North Little Rock High School. And rounding out the offensive starting lineup will be Clark Mills, the quarterback, 6', 215 sophomore out of Ecru, North Pontotoc High School. He's right at 50% on the year, 92 for 184, 1,191 yards, 9 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. Had a touchdown in last week's action. That is a look at Sean Cannon's ICC Indians, 1-4 on the year, 1-2 in conference play. They look to put number 2 in the win column here tonight.
Absolutely. We come back with the Davis Ford pregame show. We'll be joined by Mr. Jim Ingram, and we'll have that First American National Bank opening kickoff coming your way right here on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM and Let's Go ICCTV.com. Back with more right after this.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef. No, corn-fed. On the grill. Now, flat top. Iceberg lettuce. Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done. Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese. Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that. Strictly with the Coke. Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're just moments away from that First American National Bank opening kick here from Fulton as ICC taking on Holmes. Holmes will be wearing the black and white jerseys and pants combo. They've got the black helmets. ICC in all red tonight with a little bit of white on those and the blue helmets. We do welcome Jim Ingram into the broadcast. And Mr. Jim, a busy day, a great day when it's homecoming. You guys had the Alumnus of the Year presentation along with the Athletic Hall of Fame. Tim Childs, Butch Jones, and Pernell McPhee all inducted this year. Just real quick, talk about the day.
Great day today. Beautiful, a little hot for October, but a beautiful time today. We had 90 people today to attend that event. Three outstanding candidates got their awards today. They're here at the ball game. Of course, it's homecoming today. We need to find a way to win tonight.
So we're waiting this First American National Bank opening kick, and it's going to come right at 6:30. This kick, a high kick, angled towards the side, is going to be taken at the 5-yard line by the Indians. Going to be brought out across the 15, now up the middle, bounces off one tackler, still going forward, trying to fight his way out to the 30. Going to be out down to about the 29-yard line. Return of about 24 yards that time. Pretty good start to the contest there for the Indians.
Good start. Wren took the kickoff. You know, he could have taken a fair catch, take the ball 25, but he went all the way out to the 30. Good field position. Get a good start here offensively, Jordan.
Yeah, it's key to get a good start here offensively, Jim, as we talked about in the pregame show. When you face a team like Holmes who's going to run that triple option attack, that significantly cuts down on the amount of times you're going to have the football in your hands tonight. So you got to make it count. When you get your hands on it, might as well put some points on the board here to start the night.
So first down and 10. This first down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. And it looks like the Indians are going to have a false start here. Not a bad idea by Holmes. You saw them kind of switch everybody, drew some people back and rocked some of those people back, and that would back the Indians up 5 yards. Not what you're needing right there if you're the Indians, as the referee's talking this one over here.
Yeah, they shifted across that offensive line. They anticipated the snap, and when they did that, causes everybody on that offensive line to flinch a little bit, especially on that first snap of the game. So got the Indians moving in the wrong direction here to start this one, it looks like.
Well, they sure
They're
are.
still talking
about it.
Yeah, they're going to march it off against the Indians here, but they are still talking to get this thing started here. Now the referees are going to come across and meet, and survey says
it's against the Indians.
Yes, it is false start on the Indians as anticipated. Probably the longest time in the history of football just to come up with the obvious that time, Mr. Jim.
No doubt about it. Unfortunately, it's the first. We even got a snap off except to open the kickoff. First and 15, Indians. Game just started from their own 25-yard line.
Two receivers on both sides of the football. Hiram Waddington in the backfield with Clark Mills. As we're waiting the first play from scrimmage, and the Indians want to pass, and they're looking to go deep, and looks like just a little miscue that time, guys, as Mills threw it to the 40. The guy cut to the inside for the Indians, intended for number 3, Quay Davis. So now to bring up a second down and 15.
Yeah, it looks like a miscommunication there. Davis is running a post over the middle, and Mills throws it like he's running an out route, so just not on the same page there. So not the start you wanted here. A penalty on first down, and then when you go for first and 15, not on the same page with your receiving unit.
A lot of movement by those linebackers for Holmes, trying to just look like they're going to bring a lot of pressure, and that's what they do. Is now Mills wanting to drop back to pass. Time to throw, goes to the short right. This is going to be that's Davis. Davis gets the first down and then some. Big play there for the Indians.
Good job there by Davis. Good job by Mills, too, as he recognizes the coverage. It's a deep cover, too, there. He sees the underneath man over the middle. Plenty of running room. Davis hits the hole hard, and that's plenty for the first down.
Yeah, and also Mills did a good job hanging in the pocket that time, guys, as he took a hit as he released it. So that first down moves the chains as the ball out to the 42-yard line. Another quick bubble screen. This is going to be Woods with it. Woods breaks up the field, got it across the 50, and a good quick play that time as the Indians rush to the line of scrimmage, Mr. Jim.
Good job by the quarterback. Mills got the ball to Woods. He broke one tackle, got a good block downfield, picked up 12 yards. Got a little momentum here. First and 10 Indians. 14-10 left in the first quarter. No score. We got the ball at the 46 of Holmes Bulldogs.
So it is going to be another first down here, being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent Joey Cox. And this time the Indians running a little slip screen again and broke off one tackle. Is going to get out across the 35-yard line, and another big pickup there for the Indians.
Great job that time by Kayshawn Hanna. He's the left guard. No screens coming to the near side. He gets out, gets clearance, opens up the hole. That's 12 more yards, 3 consecutive first downs for the Indians.
No doubt about it, Jordan. 3 consecutive short passes to get those first downs.
So it will be another first down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. For all your insurance needs, stop by and see Joey right there on South Adams Street. Whether it be home, auto, or life, he's my insurance guy. He should be yours, too. That's Joey Cox, the former ICC All-American, a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics. Pass out to the flat is complete. Going to be across the 30 down to about the 29-yard line. Gain of 5 that time. And another solid pickup there. And the Indians getting it done on the ground, or excuse me, in the air.
Yeah, and I tell you what, everything's been underneath so far. They've really got that secondary biting on the underneath stuff here. You may take a shot deep on 2nd down and 5 here.
2 running backs in the backfield now with Mills. And they're going to give it to Quarles up the middle. Lowers his head and bounces off a tackler. Big, strong run that time by Quarles.
And you know what? There, if Quarles doesn't run into one of his own offensive linemen there at the 22, he may bounce that thing all the way to the end zone. It's just got a little tangled up with his own man that time. It was 65. Tim Yarbrough over there that he ran into, but still good job by Yarbrough to clear out the defensive line, get into the second level, and everything offensively right now is moving the football.
Yeah, so the Indians marching down the field now here on the opening drive of the day. And it's going to be another quick pass out, and it's going to be complete. And that's going to be to number 6, Quay Tucker. A little slow developing, and once again, pressure off the edge, Mr. Jim, and good job by Mills to hang in there and take that hit.
You're right, Adam. And the defensive back froze for a minute, and it helped us because it was a little bit underthrown, didn't have enough mustard on it, but still got 7 yards on the play.
And so it'll be a 2nd down and a long 3, short 4 situation now here for the Indians. Again, Holmes showing a lot of movement on that defensive front. Mills making some adjustments now, moving Hiram Wallington from his left to his right. Mills wanting to pass, looking for a man, and I tell you what, Quay Davis not looking for the football that time, guys, is that one hit him off the shoulder. If he looks up, he reels that one in and probably runs it into the end zone.
That's twice on the first possession, too. Quay's running a corner to that front side pylon right there. If he gets his head around and looks back for the football, he catches that one at the 5 and probably goes into the end zone. That's just 2 plays now on the first drive where Mills to Davis has not been on the same mindset. They're not on the same page offensively.
So it's going to be a 3rd down, let's call it a 4 situation here for the Indians. 12:18 to go in the first quarter as the clock stopped, but that pass incomplete. Now the give is going to be to Wallington. Wallington marches it down to the 10-yard line, and that's going to be a 1st down.
You know what I like right now that I'm seeing, Jim, is I see an offensive line for really consistently the first time all year is getting a push. They're pushing the defensive line back on every single snap.
You're right, Jordan. We've got a drive going here. We've gone 65 yards. We've gotten 6 first downs in 3 minutes here in the first quarter.
So back in quarterback here is Mills, Wallington's in the backfield is what I was trying to say. He bounces it to the outside. It's going to be a foot race. He's going to get to the end zone and touchdown Indians.
Great job there, Hiram Wadlington, as he notices that play that's designed to go up the middle. It's all mushed up. There's nowhere to go. He's quick enough. He kicks it out. He sees the pylon, gets one block by his wide receiver, Collins Woods, the 3rd out wide. That gives him plenty of room to get in the end zone. That's big there, Jim. First possession. Take that one to the house.
Jordan, 75 yards. I think we had 7 first downs in 3 minutes and 13 seconds. Good job by the Indians.
And that's one thing that Coach Sean Cannon talked about in his pregame show was going to be the keys to victory was to be able to put points on the boards when you have it, and the Indians add the extra point. Haven't said that a lot this year, and I'm not trying to be mean, guys, saying that, but that's a big point because you look back at last week, and we'll keep it here. The Indians lost 14-12. The kicker was injured, so we didn't have anybody kick the football. So being able to get that extra point on the board is big.
Adam, kicking game is so important. People don't realize you're punting, you're place kicking, you're holding the ball. It is so important. Extra points is so important, punting. So 1/3 of your game's kicking game, and we got to have that tonight.
And Jordan, you mentioned it, the offensive line just dominated the front that time and just bullied their way downfield and was able to put 6 on the board.
You know, with the exception of 2 pass plays where the quarterback and the wide receiver weren't necessarily on the same page, everything moved the football. I mean, everything worked that you wanted to. I think I would be very comfortable in saying from top to bottom, that's the most complete drive I've seen from the offense all season.
I agree, as we're getting set for another First American National Bank kickoff here for the Indians, and it will be Javarius Benson, a linebacker who moved into that kicking role last week against Northeast. So he'll be stepping into this kicking role here for the Indians as we await this first American National Bank kickoff.
Did have a conversation to talk to him, or a chance to talk to him this week, too. He did kick in high school.
Okay.
So this last week wasn't the first time he'd ever put a toe into the football.
Well, this kick is going to be a high kick. It's going to be short, fielded at about the 23-yard line. Trying to get up the field. He's going to be hit and dropped in a nice play that time by the Indians defensively. Minimum return that time. A little bit of extracurricular activity going on.
Somebody's helmet rolled 20 yards from where the football ended up. Number 28 for Holmes, that is Cassius Walker, a sophomore tight end. He lost the headgear early on in that play, and that thing rolled and rolled and rolled.
Yeah, I think it was one of those situations where a player kind of kicked it afterwards, and he didn't like it too much, and he went to kind of retaliate there, but a good job by both guys, kind of letting cooler heads prevail. So it will be a 1st down and 10 situation here. As we said, this triple option attack from the Bulldogs. It is a thing of beauty when it works well. 1st down and 10, the ball is going to be at the 30-yard line, and they're going to keep it by the quarterback, and there's a stop in the backfield.
That's a great job right there. Nick Smith comes off the end, and you could see early on how ICC looked like they were going to defend it. They went 3 down linemen. They took their 2 outside backers. They lined them off the shoulders of the tackles, and they brought all 5 guys right towards the ball carrier. That's what you got to do. You got to attack the football, but you got to be disciplined. You got to stay with your guy.
Jordan, they're counting on when they run that option that the linebacker on the other side can get there and get to the quarterback. He got there that time. Nick Smith from the other end got there and made the quarterback make them pay.
A loss of 1 on the play, so it'll be a 2nd down and 11 situation now. Coming up on 11 minutes to play here in the first quarter. ICC with a 7-0 lead here on the Holmes Bulldogs. And his quarterback's going to keep it down this time, reverses the pitch, and the Indians, beautiful block to seal the end, and now they're going to pitch it to the outside. It's going to be a foot race here to the end zone, to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown Bulldogs. And that's what we said. If you over-pursue, you can use that against them, and that time a big-time run there.
And that's the wide receiver, Caleb Ducking, that we talked about in the pregame show, a guy that is very athletic, very good on offense, has not seen the football a ton through the passing game. There they are getting him involved early on. That'll be about a 70-yard rush that goes down for a touchdown, and that goes back to what we just said. You've got to play assignment football. You've got to stay with your guy. Even if you're the corner and you see a wide receiver, you got to follow him all the way across the field. That didn't happen that time.
So winning the extra point attempt here, and let's give credit to wide receiver on the other side of the field through a great block on the only guy that had a chance to make the tackle, and he was unable, and that's what freed him up there. As the kick is up and good. 7-7 is your score. 10:45 left here in the first quarter of play. We're going to take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on Super Talk Mississippi and Let'sGoICCTV.com.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Hold on 1 second. I'll try to figure something out. All right, here we go. Coming back.
through the line of scrimmage. He'll pick up 2 and bring up a 2nd down and 8. Wadlington will sub off. It'll be Quarles comes on. He'll stand left shoulder of Clark Mills, the quarterback. Mills, 2 receivers left, 2 right. Takes a snap, looks left, fires pass, and it goes right in and out of the hands of Collins Woods III.
Got to shake that off, Jordan. You know, he catchable pass. He dropped it. Got a manageable 3rd and 8 here. 9:43 left in the first quarter. Holmes 7, ICC 7.
First 3rd down of the night so far for ICC. They'll take this snap off the 37. 3rd downs were not kind to ICC last week on the road in Boonville at Northeast. We'll see if they can convert here. As it looks, they went hard snap count. I thought they got Holmes to jump offside.
Jordan, I thought it was encroachment on Holmes because they
threw the flag. I see it outside the numbers over there. He hit the right guard that time, Jacob Cunningham. So that's got to go against the Holmes Bulldogs. Here's the call. We're not going to have much audio there, it sounds like. It is.
I don't think his is working tonight.
It is going to be an offsides call against Holmes. So, Jim, that takes a 3rd and 8 into a 3rd and 3. Suddenly you can change where you're looking on that play call sheet. That makes things a lot more manageable.
Jordan, we're bringing a new quarterback here.
He has a different look here. It's Dylan Falk, the freshman out of Hernando. He's only thrown the football 5 times this year. He subs out. No injury or anything to talk about. Mills runs off the field good. 4 receivers in the package. They'll fake the handoff to Flowers. Falk keeps it up the middle, and he's stood up right at the line of scrimmage. He picks up maybe a yard as he falls forward, but just nowhere to go. Good linebacking play there for Holmes. They stand him up. The 3rd down opportunity falls short, and ICC looks like they'll have to punt.
I think so, Jordan. He got within 1 yard, 4th and 1, but we got the ball at our own 44-yard line. Early in the ball game, 9:15 left in the first quarter. ICC 7, Holmes Bulldogs 7.
There's 82, Brett Benjamin on to punt for the Indians. He takes the snap back at the 30, puts a foot into it. Kind of a wobbly kick that's going to hit at the 30, take a Holmes bounce to the 35, and Wadlington will down it. They're at the 34-yard line. So not a great punt that time from ICC. Will give pretty decent field position back to Holmes. So it only took 2 plays for them to take one into the end zone. It was a 70-yard rush by the wide receiver Caleb Ducking to tie this one up 7-7. 8:59 to go, first quarter play. Homecoming night here at Eden Field. And Holmes is going to have their hands on the football for the 2nd time tonight.
You know, Jordan, we made a great play on 1st down, really pursuing to the ball, and they ran that reverse on us, and we over-pursued. We didn't stay in our area, went all the way 75 yards for their touchdown on the reverse.
So ICC is going to stay in that 3-4 set, but the 2 outside backers are going to creep down. They're going to play right off the side of the defensive ends. As it's a wishbone set, Beatty, the quarterback, goes under center. He gives to the H-back up the middle, who fights out close to the 40-yard line. They'll spot him at the 39, so a pickup of 4 yards on 1st down for Holmes.
Got to be really disciplined, Jordan. You're talking about them running this wishbone, this counter play. They don't throw the ball. They throw the ball about 8 or 10 times a ball game, if I'm not mistaken.
Have not thrown it more than 10 in a game all year.
Wow.
So you're exactly right. It's been an effort that they've kept the football on the ground, but they've put up large numbers of points in doing that.
Especially last week against Northwest when they surprised them.
So 2nd down 6. They will send 1 receiver outside the numbers right, 1 outside the numbers left, but it is that typical wishbone set that you'll see here for Holmes. Quarterback Kyron Beatty goes under center. Right back goes in motion. They toss off left side, find some running room there. He fights across the 40 out to the 42-yard line. So not but about 3 yards that time as they put 27 Ivory in motion, tossed it to him. He got 3 yards, and will bring up a 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3. 8 minutes left in the first quarter. ICC 7, Holmes 7. Possession down. Holmes has a 3rd and 3 at their own 42-yard line.
So they have their first 3rd down of the night for themselves now. Holmes has not been great on 3rd down this year. 16 of 61 on 3rd down. That's only 26%. As Jim, there's not many times in today's college football where you'll see the play call come in off the sideline in the form of there's a guy running it out there.
Right.
But that's what they're doing right here is they're going to bring another wide receiver onto the field. They run in the play call. It will be the wishbone set, though, off 3rd and 2. Then they fake the handoff up the middle. It looks like the ball got fumbled, but they pitched it out to the back off right, and he stood up in the backfield. He did not get there. A great job again by Nick Smith leading the charge defensively, as well as some help by Octavius McClatchy and Ralph Dunn to step up there, bring up the ball carrier to the ground. He did not get the change. It'll be a 4th down.
Good job by the defense. Great pursuit. Looked like he had a lane there outside, but the linebacker made the play. Makes it 4th and 2. They will punt the football. 7 minutes left in the first quarter. ICC 7, Holmes 7.
And we do welcome back and listeners here on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM. Had a few little issues. Craig Horton and company doing a great job down there, making sure we got back on the air in a hurry. So as you mentioned, it is going to be a 4th down and 1 situation as the Bulldogs going to try to go for it here. And it's going to be stopped by the Indians. The Indians make the play in the backfield.
What a job there, Keyshawn Parker. That's smart there. You know that's probably going to be a fullback dive where the man gets it coming straight downhill to pick up that yard. Nobody able to block Keyshawn Parker as he shoots through the gap there, hits him, really stuck him real well right there for a loss of a yard.
Are y'all surprised? First quarter, at their own 43-yard line, tied ball game, 4th and a long one, and they went for it.
That, and they ran it at Keyshawn Parker,
Good
one of
point.
the top tacklers in the country. So a big-time play there for the Indians. And now for the Indians, though, you got to turn this opportunity into points. So it'll be a 1st down and 10 now here for the Indians. A loss of 1 on the play as they're going to quickly pass this one out to Woods. And as soon as Woods turns around, there are the Bulldogs to make the play, and that's going to be a loss of 1 on the pass. And there's a late flag in.
They're on the play. I mean, that's about the 5th time you've gone screen pass to the near side. You've shown that look to Holmes one too many times. The entire secondary sniffed that one out. It was on the way right to the wide receiver when he caught the football.
I believe there's a personal foul against them after the play's dead.
So the referees are going to talk this one over here. It looks like it's going to go officially for a loss of 2 if they mark it, but it looks like it may be on the Indians as they're getting ready to step this one off.
Oh, Lord. My bad, guys. I saw Holmes walking backwards.
And it is. It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on the Indians here. And so
Adam, where that flag is basically laying right there on the sideline. I didn't see what happened, but that's kind of away from where the play was.
So just, if you ever said, a perfect example of how the season gone, that might be just kind of one of those things where it's just the way it's going for the Indians this year. When they do get something good going, then all of a sudden find a way to shoot themselves in the foot. And so that's going to actually be marked off from them. So it's going to be about a 2nd down and 27 now situation here for the Indians. Mills is back in at quarterback. Waddington in the backfield with him. Mills looking to throw. Goes downfield. Flowers is there. And Flowers still going. And he's going to be ran out of bounds. Big time play there for the Indians.
I tell you what, a great job there by Barry Flowers. That's not just a very well-thrown football by Clark Mills, but a good job by Flowers. He gets his head around. He finds it. He comes back to the football. He backpedals. And he picks up enough yardage for the 1st down. That's how you make up for the unsportsmanlike call in a hurry there, Jim.
No doubt about it. Jordan got roughly 27 yards. We had a 1st down. 6 minutes left in the 1st quarter. We're all tied 7 apiece.
So the Indians back at it again, as we mentioned, going inside 6 minutes now. Mills dropping back to pass, looking to throw. Pressure coming. Avoids it. Now he's going to try to get up the field and will eventually get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss of about a half a yard there. Mills doing anything and everything he could to fight that one forward.
He did a good job there. That was jailbreak across the offensive line. We've been very positive about their play early on, but for the first time tonight, just a complete blocking bust up front. But Mills is able to evade it and get it nearly all the way back to the line of scrimmage.
Let's call it a loss of 1 on the play, so it'll be a 2nd down and 11 situation now here for the Indians. ICC and Holmes tied at 7, 5:22 and counting here in the 1st quarter. Give is going to be to Waddington. Waddington trying to bounce it to the outside. Good job by Holmes that time defensively. Kind of cut off the corners and then smothered Hiram once he got the football.
Tell you one thing I've seen Holmes do just nearly every play, Jim, is their defensive linemen do not just stand there and wait on the snap. They're moving. They're causing some disruption and probably some confusion across that front for ICC.
Jordan, you're right. Not only the defensive line, but linebackers also moving in and out. You're not sure if they're blitzing or not. So we've got to be very disciplined on the offensive line and not start out early.
Got 3rd and 10 here, but you're probably in 4-down territory. So you don't have to go for the home run here. You got 2 plays to pick up 10 yards.
4:45 to go here. 7-7 is your score. Indians looking to go downfield. Got a man wide open, and that's going to be no. He dropped it. Oh no! That one intended for number 13, Jalen Gale, and Gale was thinking 6 before he caught the football, and just a tough break there for the Indians.
Gale had slipped in behind the corner, as you see Nigeria Young, who he turned around and he was all over the safeties there because there was a communication mess up all the way around. Gale had slipped open at the 10-yard line. He was the only person anywhere close to the football, and he's dreaming about a touchdown. He had one. He won't get an easier one than that, Jim.
He needs to make it up. We're going forward on 4th and 10 here, guys.
So 4th down and 10 is the situation. Pass going again. That's going to be Woods. Jump ball. Does he reel it in?
Nope, incomplete.
Nope, incomplete. As he had a chance to get it. Jump ball that time, and Oh, guys, that's going to be a play we're going to have to mark down and look back at. Could come back and haunt the Indians.
Yeah, you got to circle that one. I mean, last week you felt like you had a touchdown taken off the board. It kind of has the same feeling right now. It feels like there's a touchdown taken off the board there with that one that Jalen Gale could not hold on to inside the 10-yard line. So Holmes will take it over at the 28-yard line. 7-7 game, 4:28 to go in the first quarter. Beatty lines up under center. Will have the H-back behind him. 2 receivers left. They're going to hand off left side. They fake that handoff. Beatty keeps it left. He's going to pitch. Going to hold it all across the 35-yard line. And that shows right there what that offensive set could do. It looked like he handed it off. It looked like he pitched it. He ended up holding that one all the way out to the 35-yard line before he goes out of bounds.
Good-looking quarterback, Jordan. Got a lot of speed, very smart on what to do with the ball. He didn't throw it out on the ground. Got good yardage there. I'd give him 6 yards, 2nd and 4. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. ICC 7, Holmes 7.
Does a great job running that set for them. He's 5'8", he's 204. So he's not your typical, spread them out, throw it downfield style quarterback, as we mentioned earlier. They've not thrown it more than 10 times in a game all year long. But he fits this wishbone set, that triple option style, very well for Coach Jeff Coons and his staff. So they have it 2nd down and 5. It's a coverage bust this time, or a play bust this time, as he faked the handoff to his left. The H-back came to his right. It was a mess up all the way around, and ICC is able to flock to the quarterback and bring him down for loss.
You're right, Jordan. Tailback went the wrong direction, or either the quarterback went
Somebody
the wrong direction.
Went the wrong direction.
Busted the play. Good job by our defense. Big play here now, 3rd and 5. 3:15 left in the first quarter. 7 apiece, Holmes and ICC.
And this is exactly where you want to get a team that likes to rely on that triple option running style. Get them in a 3rd and long. If you want to call a 3rd and 6 long, that's what we'll call it here. 3rd and 6 off the left hash mark. Holmes operates from left to right. They need to get the 38-yard line to move the chains. Left back goes in motion. Receiver on the near side moved early, though. That's going to be a false start. Back it up to a 3rd down and 11.
Jordan, this puts us in good shape because, as we mentioned, they've not thrown the ball over 10 times in any game this year. 3rd and long now, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11. 3 minutes left in the first quarter, all tied 7 apiece. Big play for the defense here for the Indians. Holmes has got the ball, but got a 3rd down, 3rd, long, 10, short, 11.
So you take a look at Beatty on the year. The quarterback, only 7 of 18. He's attempted 18 passes. Titus Hurd is the backup quarterback. He's attempted 9. So not like they've really dropped back and thrown it around a lot. You would think, though, here in 3rd and 10, this has passing down probably written all over it. They go wishbone set, 1 receiver outside numbers right, 1 outside left. Man goes in motion from left to right. Beatty does drop back to throw. Looks left. It's a screen pass. They fire it out there, tipped around, and it does fall to the ground. As there was 3 or 4 red jerseys from ICC that thought they could pick that one off, Jim.
Good job. Our defense linebackers read the play. Almost intercepted the ball. We stopped them again. 4th down, 4th and 11. For Holmes, they're going to have to punt from their own 28-yard line. We should get good field position now, Jordan.
So it looks like Easton Curry will come on for his first punt tonight. Now, Curry, a sophomore, he's been a good punter all year long for them. He's averaging nearly 42 yards a punt. He's had 11 punts down inside the 20-yard line. We'll see if he can flip the field here with 2:28 remaining in the first quarter for Holmes. He stands back inside his own 15. He has 2 heels back at the 13, goes rugby-style punt, puts a foot into it. It bounces at the 40, takes a home bounce inside the 30, and is going to fizzle out and die at the ICC 23-yard line. So he does flip the field, gets a good punt there, and ICC will have 77 yards to go to find the end zone.
2:17 to go here in the first quarter of play. 7-7 is the score. Once again, we do appreciate everyone tuning in here on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM, as well as watching on Let'sGoICCTV.com. Adam Gore, Jordan Smith, Jim Ingram bringing this action. Raphael Henry and JB up top running the camera. Lee Adams on the sideline taking photos. You can see those photos on ICCimages.com. You can order those digital downloads for $1 as well. So it's going to be a 1st down and 10 situation as Mills is your quarterback, dropping back to pass. Drag route over the middle. It's going to be complete. A lot of running room here. He's going to get up the field and crosses the 35. Is going to be knocked down and dropped at about the 37.
We got flags flying around back at the 30-yard line again, as there was some extracurricular stuff going on after the play. And you hate to see that, because if it does go against ICC, because Quay Davis 2 or 3 times now has found that drag underneath and has picked up big yardage each time.
So the referees are going to talk this one over. Looks like, again, it's going to go against the Indians here. As, well, He was facing to march it off against ICC, but now they're going to meet and reconvene on this one. And let's see what he says. Yep, it's going to get against ICC.
Blindside block is going to be the call.
I've seen more calls against ICC this year that has been just oddball calls you never see. Not saying they're bad calls, just weird calls at inopportune times really hurting the Indians.
Well, and you know, Adam, those flags come out as Davis is being tackled outside the numbers on the near side. That flag's thrown right in between the hashes in the middle of the field. So, you know, it just seems kind of inopportune again for ICC, but at least they keep that first down. It'll be 1st and 18, but they're all the way back inside their own 20 now.
So it is that case, 1st down and 18 inside 2 minutes ago now. Mills is your quarterback. ICC dropping back to pass, looking towards the sideline. It's going to be complete, but a nice open field tackle across the way by Holmes to keep that gain to a minimum.
Tell you what, that was not an easy throw there by Clark Mills. As he lets that one go nearly from the near side hash, he throws it all the way to the far sideline to Quay Tucker, who turns around, comes back to the football. They pick up 7. That'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
So once we thought it would be a quick moving ball game, it's kind of started off in a snail's pace, guys.
It's definitely slowed down. First possession for both teams resulted in points, and since then, been a lot slower action.
So Mills in trouble. He's going to be hit as he lets it go. And they're going to try to – Holmes players wanted to say it was intentional grounding, but
Wadlington's right there.
was in the area.
It was a screen being set up to the right side. Good job by Clark to get rid of the football. But, again, that was jailbreak right up the middle. We've seen them blitz hard twice up the middle. They've got to him both times.
I thought it was incomplete. One referee is marking the ball like it fumbled out of bounds.
There's
we'll see what they're going to do.
There's no way that could be a fumble.
I agree with you, George, but they're having a discussion. I hope I'm wrong again. I hope it's incomplete.
Well, it's the MACJC, so you never know, and the referees are going to talk this one over here.
Incomplete.
Yeah, they're going to say it had to be an incomplete.
Yeah, well, there's no way he's got 3 guys coming in his face. There's no way the football is going to be fumbled 10 yards forward like that. Obviously, his arm was coming forward. Good job there by Mills to know where Wadlington is supposed to be in the play and to get the football in his area to stay out of that intentional grounding call.
So it will be a 3rd down and 11 situation here. 1:12 to play. ICC with the football, a possession down for the Indians. Mills, your quarterback. Changing the play now as Waddington will move from his left to his right. 2 receivers on both sides of the football. Mills gets the snap, looking to throw. Plenty of time this time. Ball is tipped and off target. Looked like it was hit at the line of scrimmage. That's what you're taught, guys. If you're one of those defensive linemen, if you can't get to the ball, get your arms in the way. And it looked like he got just enough of it to deflect it and get it off target.
Yeah, just a long way for that football to have to come and go, be thrown again. Mills all the way on the far hash mark. Collins Woods the third, the intended receiver, outside the numbers to the near side, and that's just a long way to go. You've really got to be able to turn that thing loose to get that football there. Nonetheless, we'll see Brett Benjamin to punt for the 2nd time tonight.
This punt being brought to you by the Little Caesars right here in Fulton. A high spiraling kick is going to be taking a fair catch, and he gets out of the way and takes the Indian roll down to the 35-yard line where the Bulldogs will have it with a 1st and 10. Inside a minute to play now. 7-7 is your score between ICC and Holmes here on homecoming evening in Fulton.
You know, you got to kind of wonder what Dylan Kelly, the punt returner, is doing there. He's standing right there to fair catch it at about the 40. He lets the thing bounce, and it bounces. You know, they lose 5 yards and all of that. So a little bit of a break there for ICC.
You know, we saw both teams open the possession, go down the field, and score quickly. Last 4 possessions, the defense has played pretty well for both teams.
So it's going to be a 1st down and 10 here. The ball is going to be spotted at the 35 for the Bulldogs. Again, that triple option attack, as this time the give is going to be to the fullback. He bullies his way forward, and a solid pickup there of about 3, maybe 4 on 1st down. Let's give him a gain of 3.
Yeah, that's Terry Bryant, the sophomore. He does line up in that H-back, fullback, B-back, as they like to term it, spot within that triple option offense. He leads the team with 71 rushes on the year, only 221 yards, though, so averaging about 3 yards a carry. That's what he had there on the 1st down.
So coming up on 35 seconds to play, they will have to snap the ball. They can't let time expire here on the 1st half. 7-7 is your score. ICC and the Holmes Bulldogs. Homecoming evening here in Fulton. And this time, quarterback's going to drop back to pass, looking downfield, and it's going to be overthrown as the pass too tall to go get, and the clock will stop now with 18.8 seconds on the on the clock.
That's a good job by Peyton Ray as well as Jaquan Williams. They're staying there with the receiver, knowing, hey, we got a team that's going to run it probably 80% of the time, but when that wide receiver slips out of there, we got to do our job. We got to stay with our guy. They did that right there. There was nowhere to go with the football as the quarterback threw it into double coverage.
You're right, Jordan. Peyton Ray stayed with him. He was not open, forcing a long 3rd down, 3rd and 7. 18 seconds left in the first quarter. We're all tied up, 7 apiece.
So this could be a big stop here for the Indians and force them to punt to start the second quarter. And we'll see what the Bulldogs let to do here. Same set, and there's movement, so this is going to back them up even more. So this is going to bring up a 3rd down, an even longer situation. And right now, if you're the Bulldogs, you just want this final 18.8 to run off the clock.
That's back-to-back possessions where a team that, typically is not going to be good in a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 10 range has got that 3rd and 7 and has had a false start to back it up. That just back-to-back drives where it's really knocked you out of being able to do what you want to do offensively.
You're right, Jordan. They're usually into this 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. Now they're really behind the chains, 3rd and 12, and they don't really pass the ball that often, so we got a good chance to get off the field here.
So it will be a 3rd down, let's call it 12 situation, a long 12, short 13 here for the Bulldogs. 18.8 seconds to go here, 7-7. ICC and Holmes tied. Bobbled the snap, now dropping back to pass, going to throw it up over the middle, and it's going to fall incomplete. Just one of those he tried to load up and throw down the field to see if he could find somebody to run underneath it, and the pass falls incomplete with 12.5 to go.
And you just see that sometimes with these teams that are not used to being in that 3rd and 11. Is that time 3 receivers come off the left side. They all run similar routes. There's just nowhere to go, a mass of humanity everywhere. Ball out flies all of them, and again, just a possession where they never could get into the rhythm that you'd like to see with a triple option offense.
Credit that ICC defense for putting them behind the calendar to force them into that passing situation. Another Little Caesars punt coming up here on this 4th down and 12 situation for the Bulldogs. Snap back's a good one. Pressure from the Indians light. Kick is going to be popped up, and if you're ICC, you got to get out of the way. And it's going to hit and roll directly towards the sideline and eventually roll near the 40-yard line. So the ICC defense doing their job there, getting the stop, forcing the bad punt. And with 2.8 seconds to go here in the first quarter, the Indians' offense will come back on the field. And, guys, we need to see one of those drives like we saw to start the contest.
Yeah, possibly the best drive we've saw all year long, the first drive of the game for the offense of ICC. So see them come out and mount something similar to that would be nice to see here, as we're going to get one play here with 2.8 seconds to go in the first quarter before we switch that thing over to the second quarter.
So 2 running backs in the backfield here with Mills. 7-7 is the score first quarter. Mills changing the play now at the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw, is going to try to go downfield to Woods, and that time just underthrew him. He was there, guys, just couldn't quite get it down the field enough, could Mills. That's going to do it for the first quarter of play. 7-7 is your score. We're going to take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
And welcome back as we get set to start the second quarter of play. ICC and Holmes tied at 7. The Indians in all red with the blue helmets. And looks like the Bulldogs in a mix of maroon and black and white. ICC moving left to right on your radio dial here on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM. 2nd and 10. The Indians load up and throw this one out to Flowers. Flowers spin moves, hits the circle button, gets across the 50, and a knife move there.
I'll tell you what, that's all second effort by Barry Flowers. He knows where that chain's at. He knows where he's got to get, knows he needs over the 50-yard line. He breaks a couple tackles, and he gets there. Just a will in his body there as a wide receiver to fight for that first down.
You're right, Jordan. He was 2 yards short, broke 2 tackles, got 4 more yards. 1st and 10. Indians, we just started the second quarter, 7 apiece.
That underneath stuff, Adam, has been there all night long so far when ICC's wanted it.
This first down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. This time the give is to Wallington. Wallington tries to spin, and he's going to be hit and knocked forward near the 45-yard line. They're actually going to give him the 44, so a gain of 1 on the play. So I was like you, Mr. Jim. I thought he got out to the 45, but they move it back a yard. So a tough spot there at home for the Indians. So a little.
I don't know about that one, Adam.
Yeah.
It looked like the football got across the 45. But
yeah, it's marked shy of the 44.
A yard short.
So either way it goes now, 2nd down and 9 is the situation. Clock is running, 13:57 to go here until halftime. We'll have the homecoming festivities coming your way at half. Passes out off the fingertips, in and out of the hands, and again, Quay Davis, he's just hitting where you don't want to that time, guys, right in the hands.
Tell you what, there's definitely been some struggle between Clark Mills and Quay Davis tonight. On the positive side, Davis is open on every single play. On the negative side, they've had a hard time getting the football into his hands.
So it's going to be a 3rd down and 9 situation. Clock is stopped with 13:49 to play here in the second quarter. The scoreboard actually says 4th down and 9. The marker says 3rd.
It's 3rd down.
It's
third down.
There's nobody lined up on Quay Tucker over the way, by the way.
Yeah, and he's trying to get Mills' attention, asking, what do I do here?
He stopped. He's waiting on him.
Yeah, they were trying to set up that little screen now. Mills has a man open over the middle. Flowers makes the catch. Now he's going to cut across the middle. Will do so. It's going to be a foot race to the 5, and he's going to be knocked down. What a big-time play there by Flowers.
Tell you what, it's a good throw by Clark Mills, too, as he rolled to his right. He threw that one off the run. He knows that he's got a corner trailing him, so you cannot allow that football to flail in behind. You got to get it over his shoulder and let him go up and get it. That's what he did right there. Good job by Barry Flowers to get the football, then made a couple moves on his way all the way inside the 5.
Good job by Barry Flowers. 1st and goal. The ball's at the 2-yard line. We're tied up 7 apiece, 13:20 left until halftime.
So the Indians knocking on the door here, and looks like we're going to need a timeout, and I think Holmes is going to take it. Timeout on the field. We're going to take it with them. We'll be back with more as ICC a chance to take the lead here. 7-7 is your score, 13:18 to play here in the second quarter.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Out of that timeout, 7-7 is your score, 13:18 to go. 1st down and goal situation here for the Indians. The ball is going to be at the 2-yard line.
You know, ICC struggled in these goal line to go situations. Need to step through here and get a conversion. Get this football in the end zone.
Mills going to hand off. This is going to be to Waddington, who cuts it back up the middle, tries to lower his head. Good job by the Bulldogs, stacking him up at the line of scrimmage.
No gain, Jordan. 2nd and goal. Ball's at the 2-yard line. 13 minutes left until half, 7-7.
You've seen lots of different looks from ICC down inside the 5 so far this year. They've got a tight end out there right now in Paris Adams off the right side. You've seen Tyler Day in there. He's on the field right now as well. They've gone spread. They've gone jumbo. We've seen everything, and just nothing has been able to consistently pick up yardage down inside the 5.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of confusion by the Indians right now sending this play in, but they do get it in with 12 seconds now on the play clock. 7-7 is the score. ICC knocking on the door here. 2nd down and goal from the 2. This time Mills wants to keep it, cuts it up the middle, spins, fights forward. Does he get in? Yes, he does.
Good job there by Clark as he's got a read option where he's able to read the left side of the defense, see what they do. That time they kind of stayed home. He keeps the football. He's able to fight across that goal line. He got popped right there at it, but he did a good job. Held on to it, knew where he had to get, and goes in for the touchdown. That's your sophomore signal caller. That needs to be the leader of your offense. He got the job done.
Second effort, guys. Got hit at the one, kept churning his feet, got in the end zone. We needed it. 13-7 Indians, extra point pending.
So winning this extra point here, as you said, guys, we needed a nice drive like we saw to start the contest. Well, we got just that here to start the second quarter of play. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So 14-7 as ICC takes the lead. We're going to take a quick break and be back with more. Let's hear from Sonic of Fulton. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
The Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value. Time that! You need a trainer to help you eat the burger? Hey, stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or 6-inch Philly plus tots for $2.99.
My mom never let me eat this much cookie dough.
What would she say if she saw you eating this big scoop cookie dough blast?
I don't know. Might ask her.
Don't tell your father.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Hurry in and scoop up our new cookie dough treats. Try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
And welcome back to action as the Chop fired up here at Eaton Field. 12.5 to play until halftime. Homecoming in Fulton. ICC leads it 14-7. Mr. Jim, the Indians get it done there on that drive and retake the lead.
Nice drive. You know, been good defense on both teams the last 2 or 3 possessions. We took the ball down the field, running, passing. Clark Mills, the leader on the offense, takes it in the final 2 yards, broke a couple of tackles. Good job by the Indians.
So winning this first American National Bank kickoff here for the Indians, and this one's going to be deep. They played it up short that time. It's going to get over his head and go into the end zone. So a little rope-a-dope there as they come up to about the 10-15 yard line, expecting the kick to go short. And then that time, Benson sends it into the end zone.
You know, I can't help but wonder during preseason camp if Javarius Benson thought he would be kicking off halfway through the year, much less he'd be kicking one into the end zone.
No doubt about it, Jordan. He nailed that one. Nailed it.
So that ball goes into the end zone, so to come out to the 25-yard line where the Bulldogs will have it with a first down and 10 with 12.5 to go here until halftime. ICC leading at 14-7. Holmes moving right to left on your radio dial for those that are listening on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM. So the Bulldogs on the attack. Quarterback keeper this time. Now he's going to pitch it out. Nice job on drawing the defense in, and a big pickup there on first down, pickup of about 9.
You know, that's the first time tonight where we've seen that option, get out wide where the quarterback had an opportunity to pitch it or keep it by reading that guy out of the secondary. That time he does pitch it out wide, and you can see the speed they have with some of these wing backs out of that wishbone set.
Well, I know one guy that it's actually going to be a gain of 10. One guy that's not going to like that play is going to be one of the chain game members. He got wiped out across the way, as he was helped up by a couple of ICC defenders that time, so they do give him a gain of 10 on the play. So it will move the chains as the clock continues to run here. 11:55 to go until halftime, 14-7, ICC with the lead. And this is going to be a hit and stop by the Indians.
You know, there's just not been much up the middle from that fullback. As Keyshawn Parker, Jamal Shumpert shoot through that time, and it's just nowhere to go. They've eaten up those holes right in the middle. Nick Smith actually will get credited with that tackle, but really the entire linebacking core sniffed that one out.
Good job by the defense. You know, we have stopped their dive play. They've gotten outside a couple of times with the quarterback and tailback, but we have stopped the fullback dive play consistently tonight.
Shout out to Buddy Wayne, who is watching here on Let'sGoICCTV.com, the ICC superfan, as they do give him a gain of a minimum of let's give him credit for 1. So it'll be a second down, long 9, short 10 here for the Bulldogs. Still in that wing T formation. Now they run the option, pitch it back, nearly taken away on the pitch that time. Nick Smith was back there, but another big-time hit by the Indians. Great job by that defense stringing it out.
Jamal Shumpert, I mean, that's just an outstanding angle there. There's all the misdirection and the pageantry behind the line of scrimmage there. He stays with his guy. He goes to the right place, takes a perfect angle. And, you know, he doesn't make the tackle by himself, but he slows him down enough to get guys there. Now you're back in 3rd and 8, and, again, you're behind the chains. When you're trying to run that option, you need to be in a 3rd and 3, a 3rd and 4. 3rd and 8, that's not very friendly to this style of offense.
10.5 to play here until halftime. Stay tuned for the homecoming festivities coming your way here from Fulton, as we'll recognize our homecoming court and our homecoming queen as well. And then you'll also hear the ICC All-American Band. So 3rd down and 8 They're going to give to the fullback, a quick hitter that time, and that's going to move the chains. And I tell you what, guys, the quarterback for Holmes just got annihilated by the blitzing defensive back coming off the end.
Yeah, that's one of those things you got to be ready for when you run that set. Is you're going to take some licks. You better wear your mouthpiece out there because even when you don't have that football, you're prone to take a big lick. The quarterback did, but, he can stand up and get ready to go because he knows he got a first down.
Yeah, I tell you what, that fullback, though, looked like he was shot out of the cannon. Needed 8, got 8.5 to move the chains.
Good job by the offensive line. That's the first time tonight, Jordan, we've seen the fullback get some yardage up the middle.
So it's going to be a first down and 10 as the clock continues to roll now. 9:42 and counting. ICC with a 14-7 lead over Holmes here in the second quarter. They're going to pitch it out wide, try to use some of that speed to get to the corner. The Indians read it nicely, cut it to a minimum gain of 2, maybe 3 on the play.
Tell you what, there's plenty of speed there. Dylan Kelly, a sophomore out of Pearl, he's only 5'4" and 158 pounds, but he's one of those guys, when he gets the football, he's instant. It doesn't take any time to build up to speed. When he gets it, he's got it moving. You see it there, only 3 yards, but you better be careful when he gets the football. He'll run by you in a hurry.
Yeah, you figure he's going to be one of those. They do need that fly route. If it was Canadian League football, they'd give him the run and start because that kid is quick. So second down, let's call it second down and 7 now here for the Bulldogs as they break the huddle with 8 seconds remaining on the play clock. Man in motion, and the Indians jump, and it's going to be a free play here. As it looked like he wanted to take a knee for a second, but then he didn't hear a whistle or didn't see any flags thrown.
No gain on the run.
And so this should result in a additional 5 yards tacked on here for the Bulldogs and a replay of second down.
ICC going to get a new unit on the defensive line to come in there. I see Jason Womack coming into the game, as well as Tyreek Howard and Jaquan Lotz. They've done a good job of subbing 3-by-3, knowing that you're going to have a lot of running plays, you're going to play a lot, you're probably not going to win the time of possession battle. So good job by Coach Cannon and the defensive staff. Make sure they keep some fresh bodies along the line in there.
Second down and 7 now, or excuse me, second down and 2, I should say, is the situation. And quarterback's going to keep it this time. He's going to pitch it late, gets it to the outside, and it's going to be a fumble, and the Indians got it.
It looks like Savante Oliver's going to come up with a football. He's the cornerback there, and, they're just all around. The ICC did a great job defending that thing exactly like you would want to. As they stuff the fullback there, he takes a big lick. As the quarterback goes out wide, the linebackers take good angles, and as they go for that pitch, sometimes you see that football come out funny, and that's what happened right there.
Yeah, not only did Oliver recover the fumble, he also caused the fumble as he got blocked well on the play, just reached out, stripped the football, had the wherewithal to jump up quickly and recover it and get the ball back for the Indians with 8:26 to go here in the second quarter. Guys, if the Indians can put some points on the board with a run-style triple option type team, could really put them in a hard spot here if they can go up 2 possessions.
Big opportunity here for ICC with 8:26 to go in the first half.
And the give is going to be to Waddington. He breaks it now, cuts across the middle, across the 50, slips off another tackle down to the 45.
Man, he's shifty with the football in his hands. As he's able to shift around a guy right there in the backfield, he finds the hole up the middle. He breaks another tackle at the 50. Before it's all said and done, he rumbles for 12 yards. And that's the kind of carry we've got accustomed to seeing there with Hiram Waddington. Just a big pickup there on first down to get the chains moved.
That first down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. So 1st and 10 now. The ball is going to be at the 44-yard line. It's going to be a quick out pass, and it is going to be caught trying to get it up the field in a hurry here, and just slipped down. Good block by Woods that time as the pass was complete to Wren. Wren just couldn't quite find his footing.
Yeah, had everything about the timing on point there. That's what you want to see on a swing pass or on a screen pass is, do you get it out in time? Is the timing right? Because if the timing's right, that allows the blocks to set up and you pick up yardage. 5 yards at the end of the day on first down, that's good yardage. That gets you moving the right direction. And you live to see second down and 6.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't think the play got 5 yards, so good job there by the Indians. So it is going to be a second down and 5 and 6 situation. Give is going to be to Quarles this time. Quarles lowers his head, fights forward. Oh, excuse me, that was not Quarles on the carry.
Yeah, that's 21, R.J. Wilson. They ran him in there in a hurry. He wears 21. Quarles wears 27, so it's kind of difficult to see. Wilson, 5'9", 172, freshman out of Independence. His first carry of the night goes for a first down.
So a big carry there as the Indians marching the ball down the field. The ball is now at the 30. Indians knocking on the door here. Mills wanting to throw. Jump ball down the field. It's bouncing, and caught.
He was able to hold on to it that time. As you know, in a break a few minutes ago, Jim and I were talking. Collins Woods III, he's a 6'4" body, long arms. He looks like he should be able to go up and get it. And that's what they do there. They just throw him a jump ball. They allow him to go up over the corner, and he bobbles it around, but as he falls to the ground, he's able to tuck it away and move the chains.
Good job, Jordan. And just throw it where only he can get it. And we did it that time. He made a good job, got the catch. First and 10 Indians.
Got a chance to do it again here if they want to.
This time instead it's going to be a handoff, and it's going to be tripped up at the line of scrimmage there. 6.5 to go, as that was number 21 on the carry. That's going to be Wilson again. So Wilson getting the bulk of the work here on this drive. 14-7 is your score. Man, we talk about this. You know, the Indians dropped a touchdown pass that was going to be 6 on the board easy. Could easily be up 21-7 right now, knocking on the door, looking to go up 28-7. 6 minutes to play here until halftime. Stay tuned for our homecoming festivities, part of the Little Caesars halftime report. As Mills is your quarterback, looking to throw. Want to go to that corner route and in and out of the hands of Woods. And I'll be honest with you guys, if he would have caught it, I feel like it probably would have came back anyway because look, he got away with a push off that time.
You see that 6'4" frame out there, and you know Coach Cook and the offensive staff, Coach Hollingsworth, that they see that and they know there's something to work with, and they've tried to get the football there, and just a multitude of things seem like they've gone wrong as they've gone that way. Again, you want to see him get heavily involved in the offense because you know there's a capability there.
3rd down and 9 now is the situation as Mills is going to check at the line of scrimmage. 5:57 to go here as Wilson shifts to the right of Mills. Mills looking to throw. Now he's going to try to tuck and run. Had a man wide open, guys, that time, and Mills just happy feet in the pocket as the pocket quickly collapsed around Mills.
He didn't have a ton of time there, but you could see all of the attention came to Collins Woods III over here on the near side. That allowed the post over the middle to be wide open that time to Javis Wren, and there just wasn't enough time, Jim, to see him there.
You're right, Jordan. Now we're going to try a 30-yard field goal. As we talked about, the kicking game is very important.
As this is Grisham on to attempt this 30-yard kick. Waiting the snap. It's a good one. Grisham steps into it. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Well,
he hit that one well.
Yeah. As we'll keep it here since we just came out of that commercial break not too long ago, guys. But, again, this is something the Indians have been missing. Grisham, who was injured in the Northeast game, coming in now, has got a pair of extra points in that 30-yard field goal, and ICC leads it now 17-7.
Looks like he's got a little bit of confidence in under him now too, Jim, that we didn't even see earlier in the year as he's been perfect on extra points tonight. That one there was good from 31. It probably would have been good from 41, 45. I mean, he split the uprights, had plenty of legs. So if you're able to add that to your repertoire here down the stretch, that definitely adds a dimension to your football team.
Jordan, that was big. Now it's a 2-possession game. We're up 17-7, 5:16 left in the halftime. Kicking game has been solid so far tonight. Need to keep it up. As we mentioned, we've got a 10-point lead.
Shout out to Coach Richard Russo supporting some of his former independent Wildcats tonight here, watching on Let'sGoICCTV.com. We're getting set for another First American National Bank opening, or excuse me, not opening kick, but another kickoff here for the Indians. 5:16 to go until halftime. Reminding you to follow the flag from Iuka to Tupelo. That's First American National Bank. As this kick is now going to be a short one, fielded at the 11 by the Bulldogs. Now trying to get to the outside, slips off a tackle. The Indians, though, trip him up and bring him down as he crosses the 25 out to about the 26-yard line. We're going to be first down and 10 here for the Bulldogs.
I mean, that's two guys back there to return that can really run for Holmes. You got to worry every time you see Dill touch the football. Dylan Kelly was the other one we mentioned earlier, the 5'4" sophomore that took the end earlier and really was able to hit the hole hard. So you got to be careful kicking to those guys. They can turn on the burners in a hurry.
Jordan, this is a big possession. 5:08 left to halftime. We've got a 10-point lead. We know they're very dangerous offense. Let's see if we can stop them and get some more points before halftime.
17-7, ICC with the lead. 5:08 to play here in the second quarter. Bulldogs going to run that option again. Oh, beautiful block that time, but a great job by the Indians stretching that out. Guys, that's one thing you got to do against this option attack is move east to west. Don't over pursue and give them a lane that time, and a big-time tackle by the Indians after a minimum pickup.
Well, you can't say enough about what the linebackers have done. Is when you play that option team, you've got to be good east to west because you know there's going to be some blockers coming out there in front of you, too, to knock you out of the way. But still, to be able to string things out, hold on, and let your friends come in there to help you make the tackle, that's what you've seen early on. And, they've been in a lot of 3rd and 7s, 3rd and 8s, Jims. It's been because on first down they haven't been able to move the football.
And that's very key. Like you said, they've been behind the chains, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12, and they don't throw the ball well.
So it will be a 2nd down and 9 situation. The give is going to be to the fullback. The Indians read it nicely that time, as that was number 55 for ICC. Lott coming up and making the play.
Big Jaquan Lott, 6'3", 285. He's able just to kind of get the center out of the way, and he's there waiting on the fullback as he comes downhill at him. They get 3, but again, they're in that 3rd and 6, and that's just not that comfortable spot for you offensively.
So once again, a 3rd down and a 7 situation. Let's call it a short 7, as it looks to be a solid 6. Inside 4 minutes to play now. ICC with a 17-7 advantage over the Bulldogs. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper this time, and now he's going to pitch it out. Nice job reading the defense, and they moved the chains in a beautiful play that time. Again, guys, that was my favorite play on the original NCAA football, that option attack. Keep the football as long as you can. As soon as you get hit, pitch it off and watch the guy run for another 10 yards.
Yeah, when you do it the right way, it's beautiful to see. There's 2 guys there that get hit very hard, but it's that 3rd guy that ends up with his hands on the football that's able to hit the hole out wide and pick up the first down. It's a good read by the quarterback. He knows don't give up the middle. He reads. He knows when to get rid of the football to the wing back. That time they get plenty for the first down.
And Jordan, like you said, these wingbacks got a lot of speed. 3:10 left at halftime, 17-7, Indians up over Holmes.
Indians defense needs to find a way to get off the field here. The give is going to be to the fullback up the middle. Another solid pickup on first down. He moves the ball out to about the 48-yard line, so a pickup of about 4 on the play.
And you see ICC subbing out those defensive linemen again. They've subbed 3, 3, 3. They've been going 3 guys in, 3 guys out after about every 3 or 4 plays when they've had an opportunity to. So 3 fresh legs, or I guess 6 fresh legs out there.
Yeah,
3 fresh bodies
Yes.
on the field. It'd be tough if you had only 3 legs out there defensively.
So 2nd down and 6 is the situation. The Bulldogs in no type of hurry with the clock running down here before halftime. As now they get to the huddle, get to the line of scrimmage with 5 seconds left. Quarterback's going to keep it again, tries to get to the outside. And he says, Gore, that's why we're not in a hurry, because we're able to pick it up in chunks when we can get around that corner.
It looks like they found some success with that there, so that they're faking the give to the fullback. They're running the option play to the far side of the field, which is going to be to the right of Kyron Beatty. He's doing a good job of reading the defense, and that's the 2nd or 3rd time now on this drive where he's made the right read all the way around and has picked up 10 or 12 yards.
And Jordan, they got plenty of time. 2:10 until halftime. They're sitting with 2 timeouts. They're on our 41-yard line, 1st and 10 Holmes. Indians up 17-7.
So clock is rolling. ICC's defense needs to come up with a big-time stop here. Now they're looking to pass. Plenty of time to throw, but there's the Indians. Now it's going to be thrown towards the sideline. And good pressure put on by ICC that time. And looks like we have an Indian down on the field. So he's a little slow to get up. Nope, he's going to be able to get up that time, as that was Benson coming out there and making the play and putting the pressure on.
That was a good job by the corners, Ralph Dunn as well as Ken Martin that time. It's very difficult. You can get lulled to sleep in a hurry playing a cornerback position against a team that pretty much goes exclusively out of the wishbone and runs that triple option. But every now and then, Jim, they're going to drop back and they're going to throw one on you. You got to do your job and make sure you're with your guy. They've done a good job with that so far here tonight.
And good job ICC, because it was first down, 1st and 10. It wasn't 3rd and 8, 3rd and 11. So they did not run the ball, and our defense stood up to it.
And this time they're going to try to run a little cross-buck play, and the Indians are there again. Snuff it out pretty well. They're giving the ball out to the 39-yard line. 1:45 and counting here until halftime. ICC with the 17-7 advantage.
I would almost be tempted to think about calling a timeout here, but it's probably going to be 4-down territory. So, 3rd and 8, they got 2 downs to pick up 8 yards, 1:30 to go in the first half. So probably the wise decision just to hold on to that thing and see what happens. But, man, a big situation here for ICC if they can get this stop on 3rd and 8.
We'll take a look at some scores throughout the area as Colin leading East Central 12-9. Hines over Coahoma 21-6. It's tied 7-7 between Northwest and East Mississippi.
Got 3 wide receivers in the set for the first time tonight, but it looks like Holmes will burn a timeout. 1:08 to go here in the first half. ICC leads this thing 17-7. You're listening to ICC Football on the Indian Sports Network.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
Celebrate outrageous amounts of toppings with Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest. With the most cheese and now with the most toppings at the nation's best price. Create your favorite pizza starting at $6. Pay, then express pickup at Little Caesars.
Pizza. And welcome back as we reset out of the timeout. 1:08 to play here until halftime. ICC with a 17-7 advantage over the Holmes Bulldogs. This is going to be a 3rd down and 8 situation. The ball is going to be at the 39-yard line on the positive side of the 50 here for the Bulldogs.
Got 3 receivers in the set here again, Ad, and that's what they showed pre-timeout. They come back out, same set.
And they are going to look to throw here, roll out the quarterback to the near side of the field, and then he just throws this one out of bounds, and only 6 seconds off the clock. And, guys, we'll see if they are going to let it go with this one being 4-down territory or not. Good coverage by the Indians.
Yeah, I mean, you got a big 6'5" target out there in Caleb Ducking, and he just doesn't really even throw him a catchable ball.
No.
He ran an out route. It was enough for the 1st down, but he sailed that thing out of bounds. And, Jim, they're going to run the punter out there.
I'm surprised. 1:02 left to halftime. They're on our 39-yard line, down by 10 points. They're going to punt.
So this Little Caesars punt being brought to you by our friends just up the road from us at Little Caesars. Remember, the quickest pizza in Itawamba County just got faster thanks to the new Little Caesars app. You can order your pizza and even pay for it from your phone. As this punt is going to be angled towards the sideline, as it's going to hit and roll, and they're going to mark this thing. They're going to say, no, it's going to be a touchback.
Yeah, he carried it all the way into the end zone with him. If he was able to knock that thing backwards, they were going to have a chance to down it inside the 5-yard line. But nonetheless, man, that makes life a lot easier if you're an ICC fan. Snapping this thing off the 20 with 52.5 seconds to go is a lot more beautiful than it would be snapping it off the 1.
Absolutely. And also the Indians still have a full allotment of timeouts. 3 timeouts to go here. Holmes with only 1. And now they're going to talk this over.
The referees are talking about he grabbed the ball at the 1, but his momentum, he went in the end zone.
They cannot put this football at the 1-yard line. As he picked the thing up and ran all the way into the end zone with it.
Well, Jordan, I know this is your first year with us on a broadcast, and I want to tell you this: it's the MACJC, and if it makes, they're going to mark it inside the 1.
There's no way they can put the football at the 1-yard line. There's no way they can do that. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. The Holmes player is standing out the back of the end zone holding the football, and they're going to sit the thing down at the 1-yard line.
Jordan Adams right. It's amazing these referees will not listen to us when we try to correct them.
And Coach Sean Cunnan coming out and arguing this as well. And Jordan, you're right. Sean's right. Everybody in the stadium knows this except the guys wearing stripes right now. And Sean, rightfully so, getting in their ear here. And
well, here's my deal, though. There's a referee whose job is to stand on the goal line. If that football breaks the plane, no matter what, it is a touchback. If he puts his hand up in the air and calls for a touchback, how does somebody go over there and tell him that he's wrong?
Yep, and it's what he did originally call. So the Indians now with their back against the wall with 52.5 seconds to go until halftime. Now the ball is inside the 1. Mills, your quarterback, is going to hand off to Wallington, who breaks it up the middle. And, I tell you what, if that's not a play made right there, Wallington gets through that surge as Holmes was selling out, trying to get in the backfield that time, and a big-time run there. Gain of 3 from Wallington now makes it a 2nd down and 7.
Man, you just want to snap this thing more time, run the football, get on the ground, and take this 17-7 lead into the locker room.
You know, and we're going to talk about this, and we're not necessarily harping on the officials in this sense, but you're seeing it a lot on every level where the referees just make calls like that are wrong, and it's easy calls that should not be made in that sense. And if you're an ICC fan, you're just happy to see that the does not cost the Indians anything, as that ball is going to be carried across the 5. Looks like it's going to gain of 2, and that's going to do it here in the first half. But now looks like Wallington is slow to get up. So Waddington being helped off the field as we end the first half of play, 17-7. ICC with the lead, and now Waddington is back down on the field in this case. And guys, we'll keep it here and just, Mr. Jim, get your thoughts on the first half.
You know, Adam, we played good football tonight. We've stopped their option game. We've made some good passes. I think Clark Mills has handled the offense well. We got a 17-7 lead.
Yeah.
You know, we might have one of our best players here injured here at the end of the half, but we got to keep the momentum. We got another half to play. Homecoming night. Good start first half. We've got another big half to play well.
And Watson is being helped off the field now, and he kind of shrugged his lineman off, said, let me walk off, and now he is walking off on his own power. Jordan, your thoughts on the first half?
Well, you know, we talked pregame about what the keys would be. I thought the number one key was, can you play assignment football as a linebacker or as a defender? And I think ICC did a really good job at that, as they continuously forced Holmes into 3rd down and 7, 3rd down and 8 situations. That's not where you want to be running a triple option style offense. So Nick Smith, LaKendrick Jones, Jamal Shumpert, Keyshawn Parker, Corley Hooper, Keaton Kager, all those guys did very well, took good angles, played that assignment brand of football defensively that we talked about, and did their job. I think there's no other way to say it than they did their job defensively in the first half. And then you flip the page and look at the offense. I think the first possession we saw that went for a touchdown was the best possession you've seen offensively all year. You stalled out a few times, but altogether, to be honest with you, you've been able to do what you wanted to do with the football.
You're right, Jordan. Going back to our defense, you mentioned it. We're playing about 8 or 9 defensive linemen and running about 8 or 9 linebackers, and we're staying fresh. They're all playing well. Our top 4 tacklers for the year are our linebackers making plays, so I'm impressed with our defense.
We're going to take a break and come back with homecoming festivities. ICC leads at 17-7. Back with more right after this on Super Talk Mississippi and Let'sGoICCTV.com.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni, all at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back. 17-7 is your score here at halftime. We're going to take you to the field now for tonight's homecoming presentation and performance by the ICC All-American Band. ICC up 17-7 here at the break.
Presenting the 2019 Homecoming Court at Itawamba Community College. Fulton Campus freshman maid, Abby Grace Montgomery of Pontotoc. Abby is a 2019 graduate of South Pontotoc High School. She is majoring in communications and public relations at ICC, where her activities include Lynn Report, social media ambassador, and Indian delegation. She is involved in activities at the Green Valley Baptist Church. She is the daughter of Tommy and Stacy Montgomery. Her escort is Trevor Morgan of Pontotoc. He is the son of Brian and Melody Morgan. He is majoring in exercise science at ICC, where he is a member of the Baptist Student Union and Phi Theta Kappa. Fulton Campus freshman maid, Abby Grace Montgomery, and her escort, Trevor Morgan. Fulton Campus freshman maid, Molly Beth White of New Albany. Molly Beth is majoring in special education at ICC, where she is a member of the cheerleading squad and science club. Her other activities include Big Brothers Big Sisters. She plans to be a behavioral therapist for special needs children. the daughter of Chad White and Ashley Graham, Molly Beth is a 2019 graduate of New Albany High School. Her escort is Ryan Melton of Saltillo. Ryan is majoring in biology at ICC, where he is a member of the Science Club. He is the son of Todd and Tina Melton. Fulton campus freshman maid Molly Beth White and her escort Ryan Melton. Tupelo campus freshman maid Carly Rose Harris of Nettleton. Carly Rose is majoring in occupational therapy at Itawamba Community College. Her aspirations are to graduate from ICC's 2-year program and eventually attend OT school in Tennessee. She is a member of the Indian delegation and the Monroe County representative for the Student Government Association. Carly Rose is a 2019 graduate of Nettleton High School. She is the daughter of Ricky and Kim Harris. Carly Rose is escorted by Lane Williams of Smithville. Lane is the son of Barry and Christy Williams, and he is majoring in general studies at ICC. Tupelo campus freshman maid Carly Rose Harris and her escort Lane Williams. Tupelo campus freshman maid Savannah Marie Middleton of Tupelo. A 2019 graduate of Pontotoc High School, Savannah is majoring in nursing at Itawamba Community College. She plans to earn the associate's degree in nursing from ICC and transfer to a university to earn the bachelor's degree. Savannah is the daughter of Sharon Betts and Darren Middleton. She is escorted by Cameron Bell of Tupelo. Cameron is majoring in nursing at ICC, where he is Vice President of Leadership for the Beta Tau Sigma chapter of Phi Theta Kappa. He is the son of Dantoria Bell and Kenneth Bell Jr. and his wife, Veronica. Tupelo campus freshman maid Savannah Marie Middleton and her escort, Cameron Bell. Fulton campus sophomore maid Madison Danielle Haley of Olive Branch. Madison is majoring in integrated marketing and communications at ICC, where her activities include student worker in the community relations department, Lynn report, social media ambassador, Indian delegation, orientation leader, chieftain sports editor, mirror co-editor, and Phi Theta Kappa. Madison is a 2018 graduate of Lewisburg High School. She is the daughter of Glenn and Ginger Haley. Madison is escorted by Todd Robinson of Hamilton. Todd is the son of Andelin Baswell and Tack Robinson. Todd is majoring in agricultural science at ICC, where he is a member of the Baptist Student Union. Fulton campus sophomore maid Madison Haley and her escort Todd Robinson. Fulton campus sophomore maid Jessica Renee Davis of Cumberland. Jessica is a 2018 graduate of East Webster High School. She is majoring in speech pathology at ICC, and she plans to earn a master's degree in speech pathology and work with children in a clinic or school setting. Jessica's activities at ICC include member of the softball team, Phi Theta Kappa, and Baptist Student Union. Her honors include QEP Outstanding Student Athlete and President's List. Jessica is the daughter of Milton and Stacy Davis. Her escort is Jacob Judon of Hamilton. Jacob is majoring in kinesiology at ICC. He is a member of Phi Theta Kappa, the ICC baseball team, and is a social media ambassador. Jacob is the son of Jeff and Brenda Judon. Fulton campus sophomore maid Jessica Renee Davis and her escort Jacob Judon. Fulton campus sophomore maid Elizabeth Rodham Ingram of Corinth. Elizabeth is a 2018 graduate of Kossuth High School. She is majoring in secondary education and coaching at ICC. And after graduating from ICC, she plans to earn the master's degree at Mississippi State University and ultimately coach women's basketball or cross country at the collegiate level. Her activities at ICC include Lady Indians basketball team, Fellowship of Christian Athletes team leader, Baptist Student Union, Phi Theta Kappa, Honors College, Orientation Leader, and Science Club. She has also been selected as a QEP Outstanding Student Athlete. She is the daughter of Bruce and Darlene Ingram. Liz's escort is Jeremy Miller of Ackerman. Jeremy is majoring in exercise science at ICC, where his activities include Indians basketball team, Fellowship of Christian Athletes leadership team, and the Baptist Student Union. He is the son of Edgar and Leslie Miller. Fulton campus sophomore maid Elizabeth Rodham Ingram and her escort Jeremy Miller. Tupelo campus sophomore maid Jillian Grace McCollum of Saltillo. Jillian is majoring in elementary education at ICC, where she is secretary of the Student Government Association, vice president of service for Phi Theta Kappa, a member of the Wesley Foundation, and an honor student. She plans to teach 3rd grade. The daughter of Jordan and Jennifer McCollum, she is a 2018 graduate of Saltillo High School. Her escort is Zach Turba, also of Saltillo. Zach is majoring in business administration at ICC, where he is a member of Phi Theta Kappa and the Indian delegation. He is the son of Mark and Michelle Turba. Tupelo campus sophomore maid Jillian Grace McCollum and her escort Zach Turba. The 2019 Homecoming Queen, Amber Janae Jones of Tupelo. Amber is majoring in accounting at Itawamba Community College, where she is treasurer of the Student Government Association, president of Phi Theta Kappa, an orientation leader, honor student, and member of Indian delegation. Amber is a 2018 graduate of Tupelo High School. She is the daughter of Chevelle Powell and Rayford Jones. Amber is escorted by Joshua Vaughn of Tupelo. Joshua is the son of Takesha Agnew and the late Ryan Vaughn. He is majoring in graphic design at ICC, where he is an orientation leader, member of the yearbook staff, art club, and science club, as well as a social media ambassador. He serves as the youth leader at White Hill Missionary Baptist Church. Your 2019 Homecoming Queen, Amber Janae Jones, and her escort, Joshua Vaughn. ICC's president, Dr. Jay Allen, will present Amber's crown. He is assisted by Fulton Campus Student Government Association President James Harris and Tupelo Campus Student Government Association President Nami Ikawa. Congratulations to the 2019 homecoming court at Itawamba Community College.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni, all at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and pizza portal pickup.
Pizza, pizza.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
Itawamba Community College is proud to present to you the 2019 ICC All-American Marching Band. We're thrilled to perform for you this year's program, The Evolution of Gaming, featuring music from some of the most popular video games of our time. We open our program this evening with the music from the 1980 Atari game, Space Invaders. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the ICC All-American Marching Band. And now, the 91 Sega game, Sonic the Hedgehog, featuring Parasia Dunlap. continues with the music from the 1992 video game Mortal Kombat, featuring our percussion. Next, we bring you the music from the 2001 video game Halo, featuring our low brass. We close our program this evening with the 2002 video game Call of Duty, featuring Jeremiah Etheridge. ICC All-American Marching Band are Felicity Holmes from Itawamba and Allison Davis from DeSoto Central. Kathleen Fletcher from South Pontotoc.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni. All at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. An amazing performance once again by the ICC All-American Band. ICC with a 17-7 lead as we get set to start the second half of play. Jordan, I know you got some of those Sonic stats right there in front of you.
Yeah, taking a look at the first half, and whole ICC from an offensive standpoint pretty much dominated the half. 12 first downs for ICC to only 5 for Holmes. Holmes had 21 rushes for 149 yards, so that's a good number when you look at it there, but they did not complete a pass. Zero pass yards, so 26 total plays, 149 yards for the Bulldogs of Holmes. ICC goes 17 rushes for 74 yards, 13 of 23 passing for 173 yards, totally 40 total plays for 247 yards. 4 penalties for the Indians, 3 penalties for Holmes, and individually when you look at the first half, specifically for ICC, they made their money through the air. It was Clark Mills, 13 of 23 for 173 yards. Of those receptions, 4 go to Barry Flowers for 99 yards, 4 go to Collins Woods for 33 yards. And then also in the rushing category, Hiram Waddington had 10 rushes for 51 yards and a touchdown. The other touchdown came on a Clark Mills rush.
And those stats not only brought to you by Sonic, but also brought to you by the myth, the man, the legend, that is Steve Diffie. Keeping up with stats for us there. Appreciate Steve and all the crew at Holmes here tonight as we're getting ready for another First American National Bank kickoff here. It's going to be hit and taken at the 11-yard line by the Bulldogs. Now trying to break it to the outside. He's going to be hit, wrapped up, and brought down. Nice job that time on the coverage by the Indians, Mr. Jim.
Good job by the Indians. Stop them. They're going to mark the ball at the 22-yard line. Good pursuit by the Indians, showing a lot of speed. 17-7, Indians up by 10. We just started the third quarter, 14:51 left in the third quarter. Holmes starts their drive at their own 23-yard line.
Specifically, it was a good job by Ralph Dunn there, the corner, as he knows he's got the contain on the backside. He's in there. He's able to cut him off and keep him from getting very good field position here to open up the second half.
Guys, we're international tonight. John Bowen checking in from Canada, watching tonight's broadcast here on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
I thought he'd be climbing Mount Everest by now. That's what he told me the other day he was going to be doing by now.
You got to watch what John Bowen tells you from time to time. Quarterback's going to keep it on the option this time, turn it up the field, slips off a tackle, gets the first down, and then still on his feet, and is going to get it across the 40. Nice run that time. Did the ball come loose at the end? Or maybe just 2 Holmes players fell down side by side. And so another first down picked up there, and a nice job that time by the Bulldogs. Just a quick strike.
I would expect to see a lot more of that in the second half, guys. That's where they had the bread and butter there in the first half. When they needed that yardage, they went option play. You notice everything goes to the right with this offense. That's what they've done so far.
Well, looks like the quarterback's shaking up on the play for the Bulldogs, so we may be getting a new quarterback into the contest here. As looks like number 14 now will check in.
Yeah, that's Titus Hurd. He's a sophomore out of Tupelo, actually. 6 foot, 185. He's 4 of 9 passing on the year for 82 yards, 14 rushes, and 43 yards.
So first down and 10 here for the Bulldogs, and we've got flags down maybe, or whistles blown for sure. I don't see any flags on the field right now.
Delay of game.
Wow, that was a quick delay of game.
That was quick.
Say they come straight off the sideline, didn't go to a huddle.
You know, there was a lot of time, I thought, at the end of the play, but the chains moved. It was a quick second, but
a break for the Indians.
Back them up 5 yards.
That was very quick.
I'm interested to see what kind of adjustments ICC makes. It's felt like everything Holmes has done out of that option attack has gone to the right side. Let's see if they key in on that any.
So first down and 15 is the situation. Looking back to pass and nothing doing. Keyshawn Parker.
You know, you're getting that first and long, you're getting a rush, you feel like there's some urgency to move the football in a hurry. Holmes drops back to pass for only the 6th time tonight, and Keyshawn Parker comes shot out of a cannon and meets Titus Hurd in a hurry.
Yes. Jordan, a great play by Keyshawn. He blitzed inside linebacker. New quarterback in the game. We knew he was going to try to throw the first time back. Great job by Parker.
That sack being brought to you by Sonic. Guys, what's your favorite drink from Sonic? Jordan?
Sweet tea.
Jim?
Water.
I'm boring. Okay.
All right, I'll give you all that. Pretty simple there. Just remember, you can get those drink specials late at Sonic every night here in Fulton. Quarterback's going to keep on the option this time, and he's going to hold on to it. Oh, you got to be careful carrying it like a loaf of bread. Then he tried to toss it at the end, but as I'm saying, he's carrying it like a loaf of bread that time, guys, and tried to toss it as he went to the ground, but able to fall back on top of it. And, boy, I can tell you what, you can tell the Bulldogs aren't comfortable running that option with the quarterback in the game right now.
For the first time tonight, they came to the left side with it. Titus Hurd, he was being very loosey-goosey with that football in his hand there. That easily could have come out. It did come out. ICC was right there. They had an opportunity to get the football.
3rd and 25, guys, here early in the 3rd period.
I was going to say 3rd and halfway back to Ryan's well. So it's 12:25 to go here. ICC's defense pushing Holmes in the wrong direction right now, so the Indian fans loving this defensive start to the contest here in the second half. Passing situation, quarterback rolling out, getting a nice block, now sets up, goes downfield, and it's going to be picked off by the Indians. Whole lot of running room here for ICC. If he can pick up some blocks, he's going to be hit and dropped, as that was McClatchy with the interception.
Yeah, flag comes in late. It's laying at about the 35-yard line. It may get ICC for a hold or a block in the back on the return. Nonetheless, though, good job by McClatchy to read the eyes of the quarterback. He knows there's only 2 receivers in the pattern, and he just simply steps in front of one that was raining in on top of him, picks that thing off. And the Indians, no matter what happens on the penalty here, should have good field position.
I'll tell you what's going to happen on this penalty here. If they call this a block in the back on the Indians, I'm going to replay this. 2 Holmes players ran into each other. So we're going to see what they call it here. Oh, no, that's a missed call, folks. You're watching it right here on Let's Go ICC TV. That was a Holmes player hitting his own player where that flag is down. So keep your eye right around the 35-yard line here on this instant replay being brought to you by Little Caesars. And there you see it. 2 players from Holmes just run into each other. And so a tough break there for the Indians.
Well, I've seen 2 personal fouls thrown for blindside blocks tonight. And before tonight, I could not have told you the last time I'd even heard of that.
Probably an ICC game last year. Yeah, I'm sure it was an MACJC game. First down and 10 now. And good to see Waddington back in the contest. He's going to lower his head, bullies his way forward, still fighting forward. And ladies and gentlemen, that was a big boy run there.
I tell you, Adam, he was kind of struggled to get off the field at the end of the first half. You couldn't tell anything was wrong with him with that run there as he keeps those feet moving, hits that thing north and south, and he picks up 11 yards. That's a strong run by the sophomore running back, Hiram Wadlington.
That first down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, for all your insurance needs. Whether it be home, auto, or life, stop by and see Joey right there on South Adams Street. Waddington's going to get it again. This time going to try to bounce it to the outside and wrapped up nicely, and it's going to be dropped for a loss of 1 on the play.
He has a good job by the linebacker from Holmes, Tyler McDaniel, the sophomore out of Jackson. He's able to just shimmy in through the offensive line. It was kind of a timing issue on the handoff, and he's able to get Wadlington by the ankles and pull him down for a loss of 1.
Second down and 11:10 to go here in the third quarter. ICC with a 17-7 lead over the Holmes Bulldogs here on homecoming. Mills is your quarterback. 2 receivers on both sides of the football. Wadlington to the left of Mills in the shotgun. Mills dropping back to pass. Plenty of time to throw. Over the middle, and it's there.
That's a good job by Mills. He sits there. He sees that Holmes is sitting back in his zone. He waits. He allows Quay Tucker to get right there in that opening at the 30-yard line. Tucker sits down. Good pass by Mills right in there on top of him. That's what you like to see. If they're going to back up in a deep-shelled zone like that, sit down in that opening and fire a pass in there.
So it's going to be a first down and 10. Ball is now at the 30-yard line for the Indians. Mills looking to throw again. This time quick out pass and just a missed timing route that time as the receiver slipped down.
Yeah, the previous pass had been one of the better ones, I thought, from the night on Clark. That one there, that's probably the worst one we've seen all night.
Got away from Jordan.
A 5-yard up and out. Very, very catchable route that was run there, and he just throws a football that's not catchable whatsoever.
Good drive here after the turnover. 2nd and 10 Indians. The ball's at the 30 of Holmes. We're up 17-7, 10:32 left in the third period.
R.J. Wilson enters the ball game as a running back for the Indians. 2 running backs in the backfield with Mills in the shotgun. And it's going to be a handoff in the backfield, and this is going to be Waddington trying to get to the outside, gets a block. Now he's going to lower his head and just bully over a guy past the 20-yard line.
You know, you can't say enough. It's hard to explain to someone that's just listening on the radio, but enough about the eyes of Hiram Waddington. That is a play there that is designed to go off the left tackle, that he realizes there is nothing here. Let me cut back. He finds running room, and he picks up about 15 yards just because he's got the best eyes on the football field.
Shout out to Bronson Payne, who is a social media ambassador here for ICC. He just took a lick and kept on ticking that time on the sidelines. First down and 10. 10 minutes to go here. ICC threatening with a 17-7 lead in the third quarter. This time it's going to be Wilson on the carry right up the middle, and another big run there for the Indians.
You see ICC, they're just kind of in a good rhythm right now offensively, where when they want to run the football, they're able to do that. When they want to throw the football downfield, they're able to do that. They've got those Holmes defenders hands on the hips. They just have not had an answer for what ICC's wanted to do offensively.
So it's going to be a second down and 4 situation now here for the Indians. They lead at 17-7 with 9:33 and counting here in the third quarter. Mills, this time it's going to keep it, and Holmes read it nicely, but he makes a man miss, gets across the 10, down to about the 9-yard line on the run. Looked like a design run the whole way that time for Mills.
Good job by Clark. It looks like he's close to the first down, Jordan. Hesitated, got outside to the right. They're going to call it third down, 3rd and 1. The ball's at the 9-yard line.
Indians going to sub an extra bigger body in this time. They'll go 2 tight ends. It'll be Paris Adams off the right, Tyler Day off the left. So this is going to be one of the bigger jumbo packages you'll see from the Indians.
And they're going to hand it off to Waddington. He's going to cut back up the middle. So he's going to walk into the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, that goes back exactly to what we were saying. It's all about those eyes there. He's able to see where everything is happening in front of him. He's patient with the football in his hands, but it's those eyes. I mean, he sees where guys are coming from, and he knows he's quick enough. He trusts his athleticism to put a foot in the ground and make a cut back upfield when he's got to do it.
Guys, I want to correct myself. He was going to walk into the end zone. Holmes closed in pretty quickly that time and sent him on that tilt-a-whirl into the end zone. It's a touchdown either way.
He broke the plane. Hey, we'll take those 6 points however we can get them.
So winning the extra point attempt here as ICC now leads at 23-7. The kick is up, and the kick is good. ICC 24, Holmes 7 with 8:52 to go here in the third quarter. We'll take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
And welcome back out of that timeout. 24-7 now. ICC with the lead with 8:52 to go in the third quarter. And guys, now for the Holmes Bulldogs, who is a triple option offense style, trailing by 17 now, you got to start thinking they may have to come out of that comfort zone and think about throwing the ball around the yard a little bit more.
Yeah, this is not the comfort zone, as you said. You trail 17 points, so call it 3 possessions with 8:52 to go. You think, well, there's still a lot of time to get back in the football game, but you're talking about an offense that a lot of the time takes a lot of time to build up drives to score points.
This First American National Bank kickoff is going to be hit and dropped as he crosses out to about the 32. He picked it up at about the 18-yard line, so a nice return there for the Bulldogs to get pretty good field position.
Let's see who comes in at quarterback. Their main quarterback got injured last series. They did not do well with the backup quarterback. Let's see who comes in.
It looks like it is going to be the original quarterback coming into the contest here for the Bulldogs, as he was hit pretty hard on a run earlier, checked out, but now coming back into the contest. So good to see that young man back in for Holmes.
Yeah, Kyron Beatty is the quarterback from Foreman, Arkansas. 5'8", 204, a freshman. He's the reigning MACJC Player of the Week after a 4-touchdown performance last week. But the Indian defense has been able to slow him down so far here tonight.
And they're going to hand off to the fullback up the middle in a minimum game there, as he's going to get it out to about the 35-yard line. So let's call it a gain of 3 on the play.
You know, I've seen a lot more of that tonight than I expected. The read has definitely been to give to the fullback up the middle, when actually tonight the success they found has been outside the line, over to the right side typically when they've ran that option with the wingback and the quarterback. But still, you've just not seen them able to get the numbers out wide very often tonight.
So it's going to be a second down and 7 situation. 8:15 and counting here in the third quarter. ICC leading at 24-7. Thank you for tuning in here on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM. Quarterback option this time, and the ICC reads it nicely in the backfield. Is going to hit it for a loss.
Yeah, Corley Hooper's not going to get credited with the tackle right there, but he's the guy that he did his job. He kept contained to that side. He got out wide. He took the pitch man pretty much away in the play, and then he let LaKendrick Jones, Keyshawn Parker, Jamal Shumpert, some of those other guys step up and make the tackle.
Guys, I just got an update from my phone, from my weather app. It said not as hot tomorrow. High of 90.
High of 90 on October the 4th.
Yes.
Hey, that's cool compared to what we've been doing, guys.
That's so fetch.
Jim, is this the hottest homecoming you can remember?
In October, I believe it is. Yes, sir.
So 3rd down and 7. I told somebody I'd get that reference in. No, neither one of you caught it, and I'm glad you didn't. So 7:20 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And it's going to be a fullback give, and he breaks through that line of scrimmage, and he's going to pick up the first down, still on his feet out near the 50-yard line. Going to be knocked down at the 48. That's what we said. They keep on, and eventually you're going to miss that one tackle. And with a fullback as big, as strong as he is, if you miss that one tackle, he's going to burn you for a gain of about 10.
Yeah, that was Devontae Bankston, the freshman out of Athens, Georgia. That's the first carry I've got with him tonight. He showed some shiftiness and some stability on his feet that time as he came through, ran through a few tackles. But he's a big kid, showed some strength, but he's able to fight all the way out there for the first down.
You're right, Jordan. He's a freshman from Georgia, 220 pounds. Shows some power.
So 1st down and 10, the ball at the 49-yard line for the Bulldogs. Quarterback's going to option it out this time, and ICC is going to read it well. But, man, that kid is so fast as he dives, and it's going to depend on where the mark is going to be here. But, guys, I've lost my roster for Holmes, but that number 11 for the Bulldogs.
Dylan Kelly.
Yeah, he's quicker than Walt Flanagan's dog as he just gets to the corner, dives, and gets the first down to move the chains.
And you see the difference in that play and the play two plays ago when Hooper does a good job. He keeps containing. It's a 3-yard loss. That time he falls for the fake. He steps in, and they run it right at him that time, and it goes for a big gain. That's what can happen if you just don't keep that contained to your side.
So the Bulldogs marching down the field here. The new set of downs, 1st down and 10. The ball is going to be on the 41-yard line. Option, quarterback keeper this time up the middle, slips through, and is going to get across the 30. Well, looked like that time the Indians read it well, but a nice quick decision to basically lower his head and find that seam and move the chains again.
They did, and you just got to tip your hat and say good job to Kyron Beatty, the quarterback there, because you sniffed it out. You had everybody in position. He's just able to see a slight little hole off the left tackle there and cut that thing back up for another 1st down.
Jordan, that's the first time tonight they've been successful going to the left side with the quarterback kicking the ball. You mentioned he got 12 yards.
There's not a lot of comfort to that left side. You can tell it's a different look when they come this way.
And this time the quarterback's going to give to the first man through, and he's going to be able to bully his way forward for a gain of 5. Bring up a 2nd down and 5 situation. And now you're starting to see this offensive line for Holmes starting to win the battle.
And this is the first time tonight you've seen that long, sustained, the time of possession, tick off the clock type drive. I mean, ideally for a team that runs this style offense, 12 to 15 plays, 5 to 6 minutes off the clock. They want to physically wear you down. And then by the time the 4th quarter rolls around, they pretty much got you where they want you. I mean, think about what Army does, what Navy does, running this style offense year in, year out. That's what this is built to do. They're going to wear you down over the course of the game.
Coming up on 5 minutes to play now here in the 3rd quarter. Handoff is going to be the first man through, and the Indians ready for that one that time as they hit him and stack him up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Adam, who was that came diving through the air right at the snap? I mean, he read fullback dive from the get-go, and he just came flying through the air and met the ball carrier before he got to the line.
Yeah, I missed that one as well. As I noticed that. I was trying to look at the replay before going to it, and you just couldn't see it as he just basically flashed in and disappeared as soon as he hit the fullback. So 3rd down and 5 is the situation. 4.5 to go here.
And this is 4-down territory, I would expect.
No doubt. They're 17 down. They got to do that.
And so the Holmes Bulldogs with it. And the quarterback decided to keep it this time, and he paid for it.
It was Keyshawn Parker that time, and it may have been him a play ago. As Keyshawn, he's done something, and they know the snap count right there. And, I mean, he is between the guard and the center by the time the quarterback comes up out of his stance. And that time, he just right there and wraps up Kyron Beatty for a loss of 3. And offense looks like they'll stay out there on the field, but it's going to be a 4th and long.
Yeah, Keyshawn Parker, I'm agreeing with you. Judging by how he jumped on that one.
That's back-to-back plays, yeah.
So big play there for the Indians. Now can the Indians defense come up with another 4th down stop? We saw them do it on 4th and 1 in the first half. Can they do it now on what's a 4th down and 7?
I would change the snap count.
Yeah. So the Bulldogs to the line of scrimmage. Quick snap this time. They are going to try to option it out and go with it. He does get a block, trying to seal the corner. He does. Now it's going to be a foot race to the 5, and he's going to dive towards the end zone. Does he get in? They're going to say no, he stepped out of bounds, and what a big-time play there on 4th and 7. just decided to keep the football, sprinted down, is going to be pushed out at the 2.
And they just blocked that thing perfectly. Yep. They took the left side of the offensive line. John Jordan Sr., Monty Williams the 5th. They come out left. They knock out the guys in the linebacking core. They block it correctly, and it goes for a big gain down inside the 1-yard line.
And when that quarterback gets to the corner, he's got great speed, Jordan.
So now it's going to be 1st and goal. The ball is going to be at the 1-yard line, actually inside the 1-yard line for the Bulldogs. So now the Indians defense, gut check time here. As it was 4th and 7, the Bulldogs converted, now trying to find a way to put it in the end zone. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper. He's going to dive forward. Does he get in? And one referee says yes. The other one on the side saying no. So we have one referee saying touchdown.
I think they gave it to him.
Yeah, I think the far side guy just never made the motion. I don't think there was any question about that as he rolled over into the end zone.
So touchdown on the dive that time by the quarterback keeper. It wasn't really a confident signal of a touchdown as Beatty was able to put that one in the end zone. So winning the extra point attempt, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 24-14, ICC with the lead with 3:08 to play here in the third quarter. We're going to take a break, and let's hear from the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network and Super Talk Mississippi.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
Welcome back as we're getting set for another First American National Bank kickoff here. Holmes scores, makes it a 24-14 advantage in favor of ICC with 3:08 to go here in the third quarter. Don't go anywhere, folks. It's the MACJC. Crazy things happen quite often, and you mix in the fact that it's October. You never know what's going to happen this evening. Kickoff is going to be taken at the 10-yard line. That's going to be Wren, and Wren is tattooed and dropped after he gets across the 20.
SEC needs to be careful right here. As you give up a long scoring drive there. Took about 5-6 minutes off the clock. They were able to do exactly what they like to do offensively. Then you come out, they go kickoff, and they light you up pretty good on the kickoff coverage. You need to come out, Jim, right here, have a good drive like you had a couple of times in the first half and kind of reestablish yourself offensively.
You're right, Jordan. They've got a little bit of momentum right now, got a little bit of confidence. We need to take the ball and move it down the field.
So first down and 10 here for the Indians. The ball is going to be on the 24-yard line. 3:03 to go in the third quarter. This first down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. Mills in the shotgun. He's going to throw a quick out to Flowers on the far side of the field. He's going to cut back across the 30, gets across the 35, and that'll move the chains for another first down.
I love that play call there on first down. Just get the football to Barry Flowers. I mean, he's so shifty. He's athletic. He does good things with the ball in his hands there. Just timing's on time. Everything's on time. They sling it out there to him in a hurry, and he's able to pick up 11 yards good and in a hurry. He's just a very athletic kid. You want to get him his touches.
So 2 receivers on the near side of the field, 1 on the far side. A tight end in the set here for the Indians. Mills is going to check at the line of scrimmage. This does look like 27, so that's going to be Quarles in the backfield. And he's going to get the handoff. Shoots out through the line of scrimmage, breaks off one guy, and gets out to about the 42-yard line. Guys, look, he kind of tripped, but shot out of a rocket that time, pickup of 5 on the play.
You know, you can't ever tell with Quarles because he runs with such a violent style. I mean, sometimes it may look like he's tripping, but it may be because he's just straining to run over people so hard. And that's kind of the look it had there is he just puts that nose to the ground, and he's coming right at you. You better get out of the way.
Yeah, Quarles is a guy, he looks for contact. He doesn't try to run by you, shift by you. He wants to run through you. So now it's going to be a second down. Let's call it 4. They give him a gain of 6 on the play. And play action for the Indians. Pressure coming. Going to lob it over the top, looking for Flowers, and that's going to be pass interference.
And he still caught it.
But he caught it. Are you serious?
Declined the penalty. He caught it.
Let's go back and look at this on the Little Caesars instant replay. And this is going to be an early nominee for our Renaissance Bank Wanna Play Wednesday.
No idea how he holds onto the football there. As he gets hit, the defender never turns back to look at the football, runs him over, and as he falls to the ground, he's able to come up with the ball. What a job there by the freshman, Barry Flowers.
Yeah, go ahead and write that one down, folks, for our next week's Wanna Play Wednesday. as that was an amazing play there. What a Play Wednesday being brought to you by the best bank in the South, Renaissance Bank, renaissancebank.com. Also, don't forget to visit renaissancennation.com. They got a lot of cool videos that you can check out there. So, pass complete, so penalty is declined. First down for the Indians.
And, you know, we just said a few plays ago, get the football in Barry Flowers' hands. Well, you got it close to him, and he was just able to catch it. The kid has got a very bright future playing wide receiver.
So the Indians back with 2 running backs in the backfield, 2 receivers on the far side of the field. One, that's Woods here at the bottom of your screen if you're watching on letsgoicctv.com. Indians changing the play at the line of scrimmage, going to have to hurry. 3 seconds on the play clock, now make it 2, and they do get the snap off. Mills looking to throw, going down the sideline, and hold on. As soon as we say we just had our What a Play Wednesday on the other side, here's another What a Play Wednesday worthy catch by Woods down the sideline.
And you know, Holmes has just been daring ICC to do that offensively. It's been one-on-one coverage out wide over here between Collins Woods III and Cedric Moffitt, the cornerback. And, you know, due just to body style itself, Woods has an advantage in that matchup, and he's able to go get it there.
Yeah, back-to-back What a Play Wednesday nominees. As this time it's going to be a handoff. This is Wilson. Wilson bounces off one that's going to be spun down at the 10-yard line. And I tell you what, those were 2 of the best catches you're going to see all season long.
Yeah, good plays back-to-back, good throw by Clark Mills on that last one. And then there you see R.J. Wilson get the carry. As they go back to the run game, he'll get 3 yards. They'll get, I guess you'll say 3, maybe just 2. They're on the first down play. Now you're down inside that 20 again. Now, if anything else, you just want to see yourself go ahead and solidify that you can score inside the 10-yard line. It's been a struggle all year long. You've been better on it tonight. Let's see us capitalize right here.
Waiting for the snap now, gets it. Mills dropping back to pass. We'll sling this one out to Waddington. Oh, what a juke move by Waddington. Then he tries to dive it in the end zone. And the Indians, man, shake and bake. And Waddington there to help, as that was just basically put a guy in the dirt, tried to dive in but stepped out of bounds before diving towards the end zone. What a play, and that's probably going to be the last play here of the third quarter. The Indians knocking on the door, 8 seconds to go here. If you're ICC, don't snap the football. Just go to the other side of the field and try to put this thing away with a touchdown to start the fourth quarter. 24-14 is your score. ICC at the 3-yard line. As it's going to be 3rd and goal when we come back out of this timeout. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Super Talk Mississippi and letsgoicctv.com.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back as we start the fourth quarter of play. ICC with a 24-14 lead here over Holmes. The Indians with the ball, 3rd down, and he still get that first down without getting the touchdown. So the marker is going to be at the 2-yard line. So 3rd down and 3 here for the Indians. But right now, if you're ICC, you much rather put that thing in the end zone. And here comes the tank package. And there's a fumble. But it looks like Mills fell back on top of it.
I'm not sure. Holmes thinks they have the football possibly too.
But ICC will keep it.
Down. You know, guys, it is very difficult to take an offense that takes every single snap out of the shotgun and then get down inside the 5-yard line and put the quarterback in under the center. It just makes it difficult. I think back to last year, you know, Mississippi State had a game that they seemed like they had in the bag, and they tried to take a victory formation snap in from under center after taking every snap the entire game out of the shotgun and fumbled it. I mean, that's just something that is not practiced. It's a difficult thing to do.
So this will be a 23-yard attempt here for Grisham. He's already got a 30-yarder on the night. The snap was kind of bobbled for a second. He puts the kick up, but he nails it.
You know what, guys? If I have to pick a player of the game right now, I'm gonna say it's Skylar Grisham. He looks like a totally different guy out there kicking the football tonight.
A lot of confidence he's showing.
And we'll keep it here since we just came out of the break. ICC now leads it 27-14. So that is big there. The Indians, though, would have loved to find a way to come away with 6 on the board. So let's give credit, though, to Holmes. Came up and stuffed the tank package and was able to come up and force and hold ICC to a 3 points in that situation. Indians lead it now 27-14 as we get set for another First American National Bank kickoff.
Yeah, that's big, though, for your team. I mean, the momentum felt like it was swinging the other way. Is that they had, points coming out of the break. They had a big hit on a kickoff coverage, and that can do something for your momentum sometimes in itself. But then your offense takes over. They drive it 80 yards. They put points on the board. You feel like you've got your momentum back on your sideline now.
So getting set for this First American National Bank kickoff, Tommy Chamley was named Itawamba AHS Alumnus of the Year. So congratulations to Tommy, and want to thank him and all the fine folks there at all the First American National Bank's gym. From Iuka to Tupelo, follow the flag. Of course, when you come off the 22 or 78, whichever one you want to call it now, you see that big American flag near the box store that we cannot talk about because they're not a sponsor. That's where First American National Bank is. They also have one right there on South Adams Street. So this kickoff is going to be angled towards the sign, going to bounce at the 20 and taken at about the 18. Slips down for a second, able to get it back, his feet back underneath him, and return it near to about the 29-yard line is where the Bulldogs will have it setting up shop.
One thing that probably doesn't get talked about enough is kickoff coverage in itself. ICC has done a good job, though, of staying in their lanes, because it's looked like on every return that the first thing Holmes wants to do is reverse field. But there's nowhere to go to reverse it because the guys on the far side have done a good job of keeping their lane and knowing their assignment. So, it may not look like a big thing. They won't write about it in the newspaper tomorrow, but it's something that shows up.
So it'll be a first down and 10. The ball at the 29-yard line here for the Bulldogs. They trail it 27-14 with 14-14 to go here in the fourth. That's a whole lot of fours. And they're going to pitch it out to the outside, trying to get the corner. Goes up the seam. He bends off a tackle, hit, and still going, and now breaks down the sideline. Just refused to go down, and then the Indians push him out of bounds. What a run that time for
tremendous
the Bulldogs.
effort. Give Holmes credit. Tremendous effort. Jordan, we had 3 times we had him stop. He kept breaking tackles. Finally ran him out of bounds after about a 40-yard gain.
Yeah, that's frustrating. You see Coach Cannon, he's pulling some guys off the field right here. That's inexcusable. You got people all over the place. You got safeties who are not flocking to the football and allowed for that game to go a lot bigger than it was supposed to be. And he's having a conversation with a couple guys over here that he's not very happy with. He changed up some personnel out there on the field after that one.
Shout out to Will Bunch, who is tuning in here on Let's Go ICCTV.com as quarterback's going to keep on the option this time. Now he's thinking about pitching. He does late. And again, gets to that corner, that speed. Now he's going to try to get there, and he's going to be ran out of bounds.
And that's back-to-back plays now where guys in the secondary have taken very, very bad angles to the ball carrier. I know Danny Woodard, who was the freshman that had the football there, has got the jets, and he turned them on. But if you're a safety, if you take the angle you're supposed to, you run him into the sideline at about the 25-yard line. Instead, he gets the corner, he keeps the sideline, he turns on those jets, and he's down to the 3.
This is 2 plays. They're all the way down to our 3-yard line. It's only taken Jordan a minute in this drive. We've got plenty of time, 13 minutes left in the ball game. ICC 27, Holmes 14.
They're trying to defeat the old theory that you can't score in a hurry out of the wishbone set. It's 2 plays. They've driven it 70 yards. They're inside the 5.
So the Indians defense needs to find a way to come up with a stop here. Bulldogs back at it again. This time it's going to be a give to the fullback. He bullies his way forward. Does he get in the end zone? No, they're going to say he's down inside the 1. Guys, I've got a First American National Bank scoreboard update, and it's halftime. You ready for this one?
Let's hear it.
Northwest 42, East Mississippi 22.
Oh, my goodness.
Gosh, 42 points.
I'll tell you what, this is the same Northwest team that lost to this Holmes bunch last week, so they didn't take the loss very well, it looks like.
No, they didn't. I think the coach got their attention.
Here's another halftime score is ball comes free, and the Indians pick it up.
And there's no doubt about it as they go to the fullback, Terry Bryant, that time. He does the old stretch for the goal line. He reaches out, knocks that thing loose. And ICC's going to pick it up as it looks like they're going to get a bonehead penalty at the end of it, though.
Yeah, he spiked the football, and as soon as he did, he knew he messed up that time, as that was Williams who came up and spiked the football after recovering the fumble, and he looked at the referee, put his hands on his head, and shook his head yes, because he knew he had messed up there. Here's another halftime score. We thought that one was shocking. Hines 54, Kahoma 12. That's at halftime. And then East Central leading Colin. Hey, this is an upset brewing there for East Central. It's in the fourth quarter, 23-12. Your score here, 27-14. A big-time stop there after the turnover by the Indians. So technically, was there any yardage on that penalty?
About a 2-yard penalty. You don't like getting a personal foul, but it didn't cost us anything because we're on our goal line anyway.
You'd rather have the football in this situation than them have it trying to go in and cut it to a one-possession game. Now, just try to sustain a drive right here, get out from underneath the shadow of your own goalpost, and see what the offense can do. I mean, really, they've had success in whatever they've looked to do so far tonight. Be quite the impressive drive here if you could take it 98 yards.
12:18 to go in the fourth quarter. ICC with the ball at the 2-yard line. This is going to be a little touch pass forward. This is going to be Flowers. Flowers out to the 10, and he's going to be knocked down at about the 4-yard line, but there are flags down.
I love the play call. I mean, I love get the football in Barry Flowers' hands however you can. But when he clears you like that, you can't keep holding on to somebody. They're going to throw that flag, and I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to be.
And judging by the Holmes players who's clapping here, looks like this one will go against the Indians.
Not very far to back it up if you snap it off the 2.
And it is holding is the case there from the spot of the foul. So they'll back it back up, probably back around the original line of scrimmage. Actually, to the 3 is where it will be now. So it'll be a second down and basically 10 to go or 9 to go.
First and 9.
First
down
and 9.
Yeah. So basically you're going to do the thing over.
Yeah. So a do-over here. Actually, the Indians gain, let's call it half a yard on the play after the holding penalty. Mills in the shotgun, looking to throw. Quick out pass. It's going to be to Woods, and Woods is upended. Nice quick defensive play, and looks like Woods is going to be a little slow to get up on the play as he's down on the sideline.
Yeah, that was a big hit coming there into the ankles of Collins Wood. It was a good route, good throw there, everything on time from Clark Mills, but Collins is a little banged up over there laying on the sideline at the 7-yard line. They're going to stop the time here and let them get a look at him.
Injury timeout on the field with 11:38 to play here. 27-14, ICC with the lead. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill. Now, flat top. Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done. Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese. Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that. Strictly with the Coke. Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back to action. Collins Woods III able to walk off on his own power, but he was a little ginger there after he got up to walk. Second down, and let's call it a 4 situation. And it looks like a busted play, but Mills is going to tuck it up the middle. He's going to run and gets the first down and moves the chains. I don't know if that was originally designed that way, but
I think that's a design play. I don't think it came off very smoothly, but I think that was an option there by Clark as he's able to read the right side of the defense, specifically the defensive end. If the defensive end stays home, he's got the option to keep that up the middle. He does so. Picks up good yardage for the first down.
Moves the chains. Is that first down being brought to you by your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox. Quick pass, and it's going to be caught by Barry Flowers, and Flowers gets around one guy, crosses the 25, and it's going to be knocked down just shy of the 30, and another big gain there from Flowers.
And I see you down there, Tim Yarbrough, the tackle, gets outside there. He blows the man off the way, gives plenty of running room to Barry Flowers, and I'm liking what I see offensively right now. It's that we've accepted the fact that Barry Flowers is a really good playmaker with the ball in his hands, and we're getting him the football.
No doubt about it, Jordan. Throwing the short pass, throw the slant patterns. He's making plays with his feet.
So 10.5 to play now here in the fourth quarter. ICC 27-14 lead. Holmes was down to the 2-yard line when they fumbled, and ICC got the ball back to keep the Bulldogs off the board. Another quick out pass, and that's Flowers, but then that time Holmes read it beautifully. They came up and made the tackle, and a loss of 1 on the play.
Yeah, it's a good job by the corner, Nigeria Young, as he's able to see everything that's taking place. He steps up. They got numbers to the near side of the field, and there's nowhere to go.
So we'll bring up a 2nd down and 11 situation. Mind you, if you're ever away from your radio or your computer, you can keep up with everything by following us on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. Also there on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and more. That's at Let's Go ICC. So the Indians getting methodical on the offensive side. So play clock got all the way down to 2 seconds before they snap the ball. Hiram Wallington will be on the carry, and he will get back to the, no, it looks like he's going to say a loss of 1 on the play. So a loss of 1 on the carry that time, as the Bulldogs did a great job of blowing that play up.
Yeah, they pinched that defensive line there. Tyler Taylor will get credited with the tackle off the end, but just nowhere to run on 2nd down for Wallington. Now, really for the first time tonight, ICC behind the chains on 3rd down.
So 9 minutes to play now as Mills changed the play. Shout out to my guy Greg McKissick tuning in on 101.9 FM. Appreciate Greg and everyone else listening there on Super Talk Mississippi. Mills over the middle, wide open, and the pass reeled in that time by the Indians.
Yeah, good job. Clark sees the cornerback. That was Nigeria Young, again, who had fallen down in coverage. It was just a route back over the middle that was being run by Jalen Gale. Gale plants his feet, catches the football. Plenty of room for the first down. That moves the chains. A good job by your quarterback to see where the opening was at, fired in there.
Jordan, that's a big play. It was 3rd and 13. We're behind the chains. You said now we can run some more clock, getting better rhythm here, see if we can go down and score again.
Empty backfield now as Mills just couldn't find anybody to throw it to, and good job by Holmes. They keyed on Waddington that time, and Mills just did the wise thing, guys. Just kept the football, and he's going to come out of the contest as his helmet came off.
Yeah, that was some of that old-fashioned lookout blocking by the offensive line right there. Is when the play is over and the quarterback's laying on the ground, your 5 offensive linemen are turned around with their hands on their hips. That's not usually a very good sign for you offensively.
And now the referees are all going to come up and talk things over here. Not really sure.
They're probably going to tell us Clark has to come to the sideline for a play.
He's out.
All right, so they're wanting to reset the play clock, is what they're, or game clock, excuse me, to I believe 8:24 is what he said. And that is going to be the case, so it will be 2nd down and 18 now for the Indians.
Yeah, they'll wind the clock because it was a sack, so that would go down as a run play, so the clock goes back to running.
Dylan Falk's going to toss this one forward. I believe that's Davis. And he's just going to lower his head and bullies his way over a guy out to the 40-yard line. And that was just an impressive play there by Davis just to get that extra yardage.
Yeah, that wasn't an easy 5-yard run there. I mean, it'll say 5 yards beside his name on that carry, but he did a lot of running. He had to run over a man to get that yardage.
Jordan, same situation, 3rd and 13. We hit Gale across the middle last time on 3rd and 13.
Appreciate Ben Summerford sending me some updates from that Northwest and East Mississippi game. We'll try to keep an eye on that one as this game progresses here.
Here in the 3rd and long, you would typically look for Collins Woods the 3rd, but again, he did go down injured earlier. He looks like he's going to be okay. He's standing on the sideline, an ice pack around the knee of that on that left side, so probably going to be the end of the night for the freshman wide receiver.
Mills gets the snap with 1 second to go on the play clock. Now the pocket collapses around him. He's going to get out and run, and he's still going. He'll have the first down and then some. I tell you what, Hiram Washington was begging him for him to option the football that time, but I think that was a great decision on the part of Clark Mills to keep that one. Scrambled and moves the chains for another first down.
He really had a chance to do that, and it would have picked up the first down. But you see there, Mills is he just got a little bit of fight to him sometimes. Maybe he wants to slide about the 50-yard line, but you can see maybe second guess that. No, that's not enough for the first down. He keeps those feet moving, and he fights all the way to the chains for the first down. Jim, that's back-to-back third and very longs they've been able to convert.
Good job by Clark. Got about 20 yards. He's played very, very well tonight.
So 7 minutes to play now in the fourth quarter. 27-14, ICC with the lead. Handoff is going to I believe that's going to be Wilson, and he's going to get a minimum pickup. Maybe they're going to mark it back at the original line of scrimmage. We'll see. It's a left foot, right foot mark here for the Indians, but more importantly for ICC, the clock continues to run.
And you can see Holmes is really daring ICC to throw the football deep right now. Last snap, they had 8 guys in the box. It was one-on-one coverage everywhere you could look at the 3 wide receivers. Everybody else right there to defend the run, but ICC keeps that thing on the ground, plays it conservative, and lets that clock keep on running.
They do give Wilson a credit for a gain of 1 on the play. Second down and 9 now. 6:22 to go here in the fourth quarter. ICC with a 27-14 advantage. Mills dropping back to pass, and here comes the Bulldogs in a blitz off the corner and gets Mills before he could get it out of there. So a good job that time dialing up the pressure by the Bulldogs.
That's Tyler Taylor. They list him as a linebacker, but I would classify him probably more as a rush end, maybe a 3-4 style end, as he comes off the far side over there, and he just beats the offensive lineman. That's all it was to it. The sophomore out of Atlanta, 6'3", 250, good-looking player for the Holmes Bulldogs.
All right, 3rd and 17 again, guys. Last 2 times we made this when it was 3rd and a long way.
So 5:40 in counting here. Ball is at the 50-yard line. You got to get it across the 35, closer to the 33 for the first down. They are going to try to run that bubble screen. It was tipped, and the Bulldogs just blew that one up. Good job that time by Holmes. They recognized the screen pass, fell back, didn't get to the quarterback, tipped the football, and Wallington just did a good job that time of just getting in front of it and keeping the Bulldogs from picking it off.
Yeah, they showed blitz with 4 linebackers, but right at the snap, they dropped all 4 into a cushion of a zone, and whenever they saw screen pass in front, 2 of those guys came flying up, and to be honest with you, ICC easily could have had that pass picked off.
Well, one good thing for the Indians is that pass does fall incomplete, though. It does stop the clock, but they did eat up a lot of time on that play. 5:31 to go here in the fourth quarter. Bobbled the snap, was able to get the kick off. It's going to be taken at the 15, and the Indians wrap him up, and there's a whole host of Indians to knock him to the turf after a gain of 2 forward progress. We'll get the ball out to the 17. Great coverage downfield that time, Mr. Jim.
Good job by the Indians. Forced them back. Got to go 85 yards here, Adam. They're down 2 scores, only 5:20 left in the ball game. They don't throw the ball well. Jordan, be interesting if they keep the ball on the ground and eat up a little bit of that clock time, because they've got to get 2 scores here in the last 5:20.
Yeah, this is not a good situation for you if you're a team that likes to run that option, likes to go out of the wishbone. You're going to have to move the football in a hurry.
27-14, ICC with the lead. 5:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. The Bulldogs with the ball at the 17. Quarterback's going to keep the option, and he just finds the seam, runs forward, and is going to get across the 30. That's just a great read. The ICC did a good job that time taking out the pitch man, but a great block on the linebacker sealed that up.
I was going to say that. It's a good read by the quarterback, but it's the wide receiver, Caleb Ducking, who comes in and just absolutely delivers a huge blow to the linebacker who was responsible for the contain right there. That's what you'll see sometimes. You'll see these big frame wide receivers get an opportunity to lay a big block, and that's what happened there.
Good blocking, and Peyton Ray doesn't make that shoestring tackle. He's still running.
So back on the attack here are the Bulldogs. The give is going to be to the fullback. He squirts his way forward for a gain of about 3. As you said, that's right about his average. He's carried the ball 70-plus times this season, averaging right around 3.5, 4 yards a carry. It looks like they're actually going to mark it up another one, so it's going to bring up a second down and 6.
And at this stage in the game, as long as it takes him to get plays in and out, you'll give them 3 yards if they want to run a fullback dive up the middle. Lead at 27-14, 4:30 to play here on homecoming night from Fulton.
And looked like the fullback that time just ripped it out of the hands of the quarterback. The quarterback wanted to keep it. Fullback said, nope, this one's mine, give it to me. And now it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2 situation.
It's 4-down territory, guys. They're down 2 scores, 4:15 left in the ball, 4:19 left in the ball game. Injury timeout here.
Injury time on the field. Let's hear from Sonic. Back with more right after this. ICC leads at 27-14 with 4:19 to play in the fourth quarter.
Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value. Time that. You need a trainer to help you eat the burger? Hey, Stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or 6-inch Philly plus tots for $2.99.
My mom never let me eat this much cookie dough.
What would she say if she saw you eating this big scoop cookie dough blast?
I don't know. I asked her.
Don't tell your father.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Hurry in and scoop up our new cookie dough treats. Try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
And welcome back. Good to see the young man from Holmes able to walk off on his own power. Hey, speaking of that, by the way, we do want to welcome any of those fans that are watching in support of the Bulldogs this evening here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. 4:10 and counting left here in the contest, and the Bulldogs with it. Indians had him in the backfield, but the second effort will move the chains for a first down as the clock stops with 4:03 to go here in the fourth quarter. ICC leading 27-14.
Yeah, Kendrick Jones came off the end over there, and he had him by the ankle. I was waiting on some help to come help finish him off, but you know, it's tough to finish off a big kid like Devontae Bankston at 6'1", 220. That's a tough guy to get to the ground, and ICC learned it there. First down for Holmes, but the clock is over here on the sideline of ICC.
Now dropping back to pass, looking to go deep. He's got a man streaking down the middle. Jump ball, and it's going to be reeled in.
Yeah, that's a Division I caliber player there at wide receiver. You don't always expect that seeing this type of offense, but they're able to throw it up to that big 6'5" frame and let him go get it. That's an athlete there in Caleb Ducting who you can look at. You can tell he's very raw, but man, that's got possession, jump ball type receiver at the next level written all over it.
Is that their first completion of the night?
By my count, that is.
So 3:23 to play here. ICC 27-14. The Bulldogs keep it up the middle. Everybody stopped on the play, and I thought it was down in the backfield. A great fake that time by the quarterback, and now there's flags flying all over the place. After the play, Keyshawn Parker is down on the ground, and so a touchdown is going to be the call, but there are flags down after the play.
An outstanding sell by Kyron Beatty, the quarterbacks. I mean, he had everybody thinking that the football had been given to the other guy.
I thought he was. I thought he was stopped.
I looked up, and I even think the defense thought that because there was nobody trailing after him.
Yeah, the fullback was able to take that one to the house for the touchdown, and so the touchdown stands. So offsetting all sportsmanlike conduct calls there, as there was some pushing and shoving going on. I like the referees coming in and getting in there and calling it offsetting in that case. But, guys, we've got a ball game here as Holmes is going to come out. Keyshawn Parker shaking up on the play. He's going to be helped up at walk-off on his own power. 3:15 left to play in the contest, and we could be seeing an onside kick coming up next.
I don't know. They still got 3 timeouts, Adam, and they might use them instead of trying an onside kick. 3:15 left in the ball game. If we get a couple first downs, we can run it out. But with the 3 timeouts, I think they'll try to kick it deep.
So we'll see. But first, they've got to get this extra point here to make it a 6-point contest with 3:15 left to play. Awaiting the PAT here. Snapback's a good one. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Told you, folks, you didn't want to go anywhere. 27-21 is the score. We're going to take a break. Let's hear from First American National Bank as ICC 3:15 away from trying to find a way to pick up the win here on homecoming against Holmes.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
And welcome back out of that timeout. First American National Bank with locations in Belmont, Boonville, Burnsville, Fulton, Golden, Iuka, Tisch County, or Tishomingo, Saltillo, and Tupelo. Visit FAMB member FDIC.
ICC needs to be careful right here. It doesn't look like the hands team is in there. Now they creep up a little bit, but this could be onside kick territory. It looks like Holmes is ready to do that.
And ICC is going to take the
timeout. That's smart.
Well, guys, let's keep it here and just continue to talk about this. It's 27-21, 3:15 to play here in the contest. And both these teams trying to keep their playoff hopes alive because things have gotten interesting in the North. As let's go and take a look at a scoreboard update here. If I can get my phone to cooperate with me. Check on that Northwest. Yeah, it's in the third quarter. Northwest 42, East Mississippi 22. Of course, a lot of time left in that one. Hines leading 54-12 over Coahoma. And then East Central, a team that ICC saw earlier this year, they're up on nationally ranked Colin right now, 23-18. That's in the fourth quarter. And, of course, your score here, 27-21. ICC leading Holmes as we're anticipating a possible onside kick here in this situation.
Our hands team just came into the ball game.
Yeah, that's smart here. Now, the dangerous thing is there's nobody back deep, so if they do try to pop one up to about the 30-yard line,
we saw Northeast do it last week.
They've got a chance to just run the thing down.
So we're waiting one of the most exciting plays in the game of football. As Holmes, and the ball's free, but ICC falls on top of it. Thought there for a second Holmes had a guy offside, but a great job that time as let's try to pick up the number of the young man for ICC. That's going to be number 27. That's going to be
Quarles. Yeah.
He knocked it down and quickly fell on top of it, and so a good job by the Indians.
Wow. Scary there for a second when that thing bounced off his hands. I mean, that thing can shoot anywhere. They've got guys coming right at you. They're coached to blow you up when that happens, but he's able to fight in there and fall on top of the football. Now 3:13 to go, so you got the clock on your side. You really just want to show that you can run the football right
No doubt about it.
And I'll tell you guys, it's probably one of these situations, if you're seeing a guy wear 27 or 21 for ICC, you don't want to try to blow them up because they can hand out a lick as well as take one. So it's going to be a handoff to Wallington right up the middle. He's going to bully his way forward across the 40 down to about the 39-yard line. And we'll see if Holmes tries to start burning some timeouts here. They trail at 27-21. Solid pickup there on first down with 3 minutes to play.
They're saving it right now, guys. The clock is running. 2nd and 6, 2:50 left in the ball game. ICC 27, Holmes 21.
Well, the Indians clearly will not be in a hurry to get back to the line of scrimmage. So Holmes just standing by with all 3 timeouts left, watching this clock tick away.
Yeah, if they're able to keep ICC to a no gain or maybe even a loss right here, you'll see them burn one of those timeouts.
So the Indians break the huddle now with 5 seconds on the play clock. They snap it with 2. Low snap, and Wallington is hit. And now if you're the Bulldogs, you quickly burn a timeout here.
They still not used
to timeout. I would expect you to, at least. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a 3rd down and 10. That play there was doomed from the beginning as the snap bounced back to Clark Mills. The handoff never did get to where it was supposed to go. Now Wallington's limping around out there on the football field again.
Wow. So
I can't believe Holmes didn't call him a timeout.
I'm shocked. They got all 3.
And the clock will tick down inside 2 minutes to play here. 27-21 is the score. ICC nursing this 6-point lead. And the clock continuing to run.
Do we take a chance and throw the ball, guys? Because if you don't catch it, incompletion will stop the clock also.
You got to think surely they'll burn a timeout if we don't get this. Mills is going to drop back to pass. Over the middle's got a man. Jump ball is reeled in at the 30-yard line.
That's Jalen Gale on the reception. He just curls back to the football, goes up and gets it. Not a great thrown football, but Gale does a good job to go up and get that thing. And, hey, after you catch that thing, you got the first down. You got to go. You got to hit the ground right there.
Yeah, I can tell in your voice he's wanting to tell him get down.
Bad.
And now Holmes does burn the timeout with 1:32 to go here in the fourth quarter. ICC leads it by the score of 27-21. Let's take in here from Davis Ford and be back with more right after this.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford. 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back out of the timeout, ladies and gentlemen. 27-21 is your score. 1:32 left to play. Holmes burning the first of 3 timeouts they had left, so still can stop the clock 2 more times here. And guys, we were doing the math. If you play your cards right, if you're Holmes, you could possibly get this thing back with about 30 seconds remaining here. Again, we said it about a minute and 28 seconds allowed to run off the clock by not running those timeouts a little bit earlier. So right now, if you're the Indians, protect the football is the focus right now, as Wallington's still in the backfield with Mills. And he is going to get the football. He's going to lower his head. And, guys, he did the right thing. He didn't try to do anything fancy. 2 arms around the football, squeeze it tightly, and another timeout taken here by Holmes.
That's the most important thing right here. Just protect the football. You're going to run it. I mean, you can look over there and tell them we're running the football. You got to protect it. You got to make them call their timeouts. You let the clock do what it must. And then you should feel pretty good about where you stand.
Jordan, how your Braves doing?
Rough night for the Braves, Adam.
Say, I hadn't heard from you all night.
Yeah, I was trying not to talk about it.
I'm sorry.
Allison Cummings' son came to me earlier and instructed me that the Cardinals had beaten the Braves.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was not very happy about that. They led it 3-1 going into the into the top of the 9th. St. Louis is able to tie it. Braves fight back. It was 7-5 or 7-3. Acuna hits a home run in the bottom of the 9th. Freddie Freeman hits a home run to make it 7-6.
Wow.
And it fizzles out.
Hey, here's a final in the league. East Central does hang on to beat Colin. East Central wins 23-18 over Colin. Then you take a look. Hines is still in control, 54-12 over Coahoma. That's in the 3rd quarter. Also in the 3rd quarter, Northwest leading East Mississippi 42-22.
You know, that East Central score doesn't surprise me that much.
That's
a good football team. I mean, they really are a good football team. I haven't seen Colin play. I know they have athletes all over the place, but still, the East Central to win that one tonight against Colin, that's not something that's going to shock me very much.
2nd down and 12 now with 1:25 to play here in the 4th quarter. Holmes with 1 timeout remaining in the contest. Wallington just lowers his head, drags the guys forward back to near the original line of scrimmage. So it'll be a 3rd down and 10 situation, and we'll see if the Bulldogs elect to take a timeout.
They're saving it for.
They're going to let it run.
So now, if you're ICC, you let this thing run down, take a delay of game, or take a timeout, and then.
Yeah, if you're ICC, you run this thing down to 1 second on the play clock. You call a timeout. You come over here on the sideline, and you basically say, "Hey, we're going to run it again. Don't fumble it." So when the play clock runs down, we should be at about 37, 38 seconds when Sean Cannon will call his timeout.
And Cannon is walking towards the referee, and he's going to say, "Hey, just going to let you know we're going to call this timeout here in 2 seconds. Timeout, please." And they give it to him with 38.5 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. Guys, this has just been beautiful clock management by the Indians to run this thing down to 38 seconds left to try to hang on and pick up this 27-21 lead. And, guys, this is a perfect example of the MACJC. This ballgame far from over, by the way, but you look at Holmes coming off a big-time win over nationally ranked, maybe top 5 team in Northwest last week. ICC coming off a lackluster performance against Northeast in a 14-12 loss, and now the Indians turning around and having a chance to, 1, get the win, but 2, keep their playoff hopes alive, because guess what? If Northwest hangs on tonight to beat East Mississippi, everybody's back in the game.
Yeah, this thing's still wide open, and in the preseason you never would have guessed that it would kind of look the way that it does right now, and it kind of makes some of those losses ICC had earlier in the year come back to sting just a little bit, because if you hold on at Northeast last week, if you play a little better against East Central, I guess East Central wouldn't have mattered that much not being a conference game, but still, this could have a little different look to it.
So it's going to be a 3rd down and 11 situation, 38.5 seconds to go, so ICC will get this, and you feel like Holmes will immediately take the timeout. Now ICC is going to try to throw the ball. Mills lobs this one down the field, and it's going to go out of bounds. So now Holmes don't have to burn that timeout.
I'm a little surprised that we threw the ball there. I thought that Clark was going to run around and just sit down, get tackled.
Yeah, if you're Clark right there, I mean, instead of throwing that thing out of bounds, pick up what you can, go down in bounds, make them burn that last time out.
So, yeah, interesting decision there by the Indians, and that gives Holmes a free timeout. That's the reason why I wanted to mention this game isn't over with yet. Crazy things tend to happen, and so now ICC is going to try to pooch punt this one.
From the 28, you never see this.
Kick it as high as you can kick it. Run as much time off as you can.
Just run some clock.
And the Bulldogs going to try to send somebody to block this one, and he's going to pooch it. Sky kick, and fair catch is going to be called for and taken, and the ball is going to be inside or near the 10-yard line is where the Bulldogs will have it. Now here's the problem for the Bulldogs, 24.6 seconds to go. We did, however, even though they're a run team, saw a big-time pass play. They do have that young man that's committed to Mississippi State. So now if you're ICC, you got to dig deep here.
Yeah, you back your secondary up. You probably put 6 defensive backs, maybe just 5 on the field here. But
I'll put Mr. Jim back there.
Put Jim back there. Yeah, we'll send him down real quick. But you got to go 92 yards to score, 24.6 seconds left, 1 timeout. And the ball's got to be in the air. I'd be looking for Caleb Ducking, the 6'5", 187 sophomore out of Rolling Fork, Mississippi. He's got the only reception so far on the night. He's lined up over here at the numbers on the near side.
And number 14 is now your quarterback here for Holmes. Is
that
that going to be a safety? No, they're going to say you got him at the 1 yard line. So now if you're Holmes, you for sure got to burn that timeout. And they still let about 6 seconds run off the clock before calling the timeout. Maybe not 6, but about 4.5, 5 seconds. And they're actually going to spot it at the 2.
How about ICC there, though? They trust the defensive backs that are out there. They just bring the blitz. They come with all kind of pressure at Titus Hurd, who was the quarterback who had checked in there. So now, 15.1 seconds to go. You got the football at your own 1 yard line.
Well, if you're looking at the Little Caesars instant replay right now, you're probably wondering like me, how did he hang on to that football? As he just extended his arm straight up in the air, palming it, as that was Shumpert coming in and making the play. We're looking at the replay one more time here. But, guys, yeah, that was a big-time play there for the Indians. Clock is stopped now with 15.1 seconds. ICC clinging to a 27-21 lead here over the Bulldogs on homecoming. A lot of people probably tuned out, maybe have turned off the radio already thinking ICC has won this thing. I tell you, Jim, you and I have been in this league for about 9 years together now. Jordan, I know this is your first year in the league, but anybody that's kept up with MACJC football, you just don't breathe easy until Saturday.
No doubt, until all those zeros are on the board, Adam.
It's been a battle here in the second half. There's no doubt about that. At times, it's felt like this scoreboard has not necessarily reflected what has happened on the field.
No more timeout for the Bulldogs. They're going to load up and chunk this one downfield. One-on-one opportunity here. And
yeah, I don't want to see that again. That's a Division I wide receiver running one-on-one, and he's got a step.
He did. If he catches that one, then, yeah, it's trouble for the Indians.
Yeah, you got an issue if he catches that football right there. And the quarterback there, Titus Hurd, showed you that he can drop back about halfway in the end zone and throw it nearly the 50-yard line. So there's definitely some arm strength there.
Yeah, if I'm the Indians, I put one over the top for number 1. And then you also want to find number 11 on the field right now, as he's quick as a hiccup. So now with 9.2 seconds left, it's going to be a 3rd down and 17 situation. And the Bulldogs still hanging on late here in the contest. Going to drop back to throw. Pressure on the backside, steps away to avoid it. Now loads up and chunks it downfield. And it's going to be a jump ball. It's going to be intercepted by the Indians. Go down, and he will, and the Indians will seal the victory 27-21 with the INT.
Yeah, another good job. Get the pressure. They make the quarterback roll out. He sees somebody coming right at him. He's got to turn it loose. And that time, good coverage downfield from ICC. They'll pick that one off to end the game. And I tell you what, 27-21 victory, you got to feel good about.
You take it. Kenneth Martin on the interception. Found a way to win. Still in the playoff race.
And we're going to take a break and come back with more here on the ICC broadcast. The Indians win it 27-21 against Holmes. We'll move into the Renaissance Bank postgame report. Back with more right after this.
Student involvement is a top priority here at Itawamba Community College.
If you want to be involved with student government, then the Student Government Association is the place for you.
If you have a stellar GPA, then Phi Theta Kappa is for you.
If you're interested in the diverse culture of our campus population, then the Diversity Club is for you.
If you're interested in leadership and service, then Indian Delegation is for you.
If you're majoring in computer programming or computer networking, then CPNA, the Computer Programming Networking Association, is for you.
If you're interested in good conversations and free lunch on Thursdays, then the Wesley Foundation is for you.
Our health science programs also have specific organizations for those majors.
Student Activities is excited to bring you new opportunities here at the ICC Tupelo campus.
Whatever your passion may be, we have a place for you.
This video is brought to you by Phi Theta Kappa, Beta Chi Sigma, Tupelo campus.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value. Time that! You need a trainer to help you eat the burger? Hey, stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or 6-inch Philly plus tots for $2.99.
My mom never let me eat this much cookie dough.
What would she say if she saw you eating this big scoop cookie dough blast?
I don't know. Might ask her.
Don't tell your father.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Hurry in and scoop up our new cookie dough treats. Try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
And welcome back. And a really cool moment here, Mr. Jim, as 27-21 ICC winners here over Holmes. But you just heard Dr. Allen addressing the band, thanking them for coming out and helping them out helping cheer the good guys to victory here. But Mr. Jim, real quick, if you will, let's talk about your keys to victory being brought to you by the Bank of Okolona.
You know, we made enough drives tonight, Adam. Took care of the ball, took advantage of some mistakes they made, got the lead. So we won the kicking game again tonight, which we were suffering the last couple of weeks with our kicker being injured. Took advantage of the mistakes they made, got enough points on the board, and dug in defense at the end of the game. Found a way to win 27-21. We're still in this race. Every game counts. It's very important. Big win tonight for the Indians.
Absolutely, as Jordan Smith is heading down to the sidelines right now, and we'll see if Jordan's got his microphone on down there with us and see if we can hear from Jordan and see if we can pick up his keys to victory. Jordan, go ahead if you can hear me.
Yeah, Adam, you got me up there?
I got you.
Hey, I think the key to victory for me tonight really was just the way that the defense was able to stay true. They were able to play the assignment-type football that we talked about. I mean, especially that back end. I thought Keyshawn Parker, Jamal Comfort, Corley Hooper, all those guys, they did their job. They were right. Anything that went east and west within that option game, they were able to stay in there and make that tackle and put a team in Holmes that likes to get in 2nd down and 6 and 3rd down and 2s. They got them in 2nd down and 9, 3rd down and 7s. That's how you defeat an option-style team like this.
And that's Jordan Smith down the sideline. Jordan, if you would, make sure you stay pointed towards us up here in the broadcast booth. We are breaking into a new option tonight with our sideline reporting. It's Jordan's going down. He's going to try to catch a word with Coach Sean Cannon. I see Coach Cannon making his way down the sideline. ICC 27-21 winners tonight. A big win, as we talked about, Mr. Jim, as the Indians keeping those playoff hopes alive. And with the way things are developing right now between Northwest and East Mississippi, at the end of the night, things could be really interesting in the North Division.
You're right, Adam. We were very disappointed, of course, last weekend losing to Northeast, but you bounced back. You found a way tonight to beat a team that beat Northwest last week. Every week's a different week. Big win tonight. You're still in the playoff race. You take one game at a time. You've got another home game next Thursday night, which is going to be very important. So we're looking forward to next Thursday night. Please come out and support this team playing good football again.
Well, let's send it right back to the sideline now with Jordan Smith as he is joined now by Coach Sean Cannon, part of the Renaissance Bank postgame report.
Hey, Coach, well, anytime you can be here under the lights at home, homecoming night, get a win. I know a lot of coaches don't like playing that homecoming game because there's so much that surrounds it. Get that win tonight, though, against a good Holmes team. I know that's big for you.
Yeah, they had a big win last week coming off beating Northwest. We knew they were going to be ready to play. A good football team over there. They played 3 of the top teams in the South in their first 3 games. And then go and beat Northeast and then beat Northwest. It's a good football team, but our kids just found a way to make things happen in battle, and we found a way to win.
I know you brand yourself as a defensive coach, and you got some background coaching the defensive side. I thought from the get-go, the way you came out, you defended that triple option. That's a difficult thing to do. I thought specifically your linebacker strung that thing out for the majority of the game, east and west, and they did what you would coach that to be done.
Well, anytime you play this offense, it's so hard to simulate it during practice. And, And that's what I told the kids all week. We kind of work the plays, but we're not going to run it like they're going to run it in a game. And I thought our kids handled that. We give up and the first thing I told them all week, don't give this team a 2-play drive. And that's what we did on the first drive. Reverse on us, and we just took a bad angle, and kids are all, and they got us. Good call on them. But I thought the way we got the turnovers, and that's what I told them all week. If we can just minimize, let them drive the ball. Eventually they're going to turn the ball over, and what a huge turnover down here. And then at least we got the ball out from the 4 out to the 50 to give us better field position. I thought the offense, that was probably our play of the game, to be honest with you.
Felt like offensively came out on that first drive tonight, and at times you may have struggled to find that rhythm you want to find offensively as a coach, but you set the tone, and to be honest with you, you're pretty much able to do what you wanted to there early on in the football game.
Yeah, I thought we knew we could throw the ball on them just because they had they were blitzing defense, and we felt like they had some holes where we could hit them, and we should have been up 28-7 at half. We dropped the 2 touchdowns there wide open, and those kids got to come down with those plays, but I thought answering them after halftime was huge, and then and then they hit some plays on us. That you get to focusing so much on what I got to do and look up, and the other guy's got the ball, and that's kind of what happened on that one. But give our kids credit. We found a way to battle, run the clock out, and stop the Hail Mary and get the interception. So great win overall.
The last phase being special teams, it has a different feel for you as a coach when you got your kicker out there. Skylar came out tonight, and he did his job better than he had all year.
Yeah, I had him for 2 weeks, and he kicked yesterday, and in practice, I got cold chills watching him kick there, and I and credit Benson coming there and knocking one in the end zone there, and I thought our coverage was good. Good coverage here on the punt to pin him down here inside, and but that's one thing we work on. We work on our special teams, and we take pride on being good in those. So, but all 3 phases played good enough tonight to win. Did we play perfect? No, but we found a way to win. These wins in this league are very, very hard to come by.
We got one more home game next Thursday night right here. Good crowd tonight for homecoming. Know we'll want the same thing next Thursday night.
Oh, yeah. It'll be the last time these sophomores will play on this football field, and so we want to send them out a winner. And we're going to have a tough Mississippi Delta team coming in, and I think they play this weekend. So we'll have a little more time to prepare for them than they got to prepare for us because they play on Saturday. But, last time here, we got to make this thing special. But I'm glad our homecoming crowd got to see this tonight because that was huge for them.
Congrats, Coach, on the win.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. That's a very excited, very jubilant Coach Sean Cannon after his Indians knock off Holmes 27-21 on homecoming.
Well, Jordan, talk about the, I guess you can say, the vibe down the field. Very big win tonight. I know you're still down there on the sidelines right now, but big win for the Indians, 27-21.
Can you say the first part of that one more time, Adam? It broke out on me.
I apologize about that. Just talk about the energy on the field right now after this big win.
Well, let's just be honest. It's been a bit of a struggle at times throughout this season. You've been in some football games. Think back to Pearl River Week 1. Think back to last week against Northeast. You felt like you could win those football games, yet you've come out on the wrong end. Tonight on homecoming with the biggest crowd you've seen all year to come out, and you heard Coach Candace say it, to play well in all 3 phases, that makes you feel good, and that gives you some momentum moving forward. So I'm excited to see this team play over the course of the next month and see where they can end up. As you've mentioned a couple times with the final scores around the state tonight, this division's wide open, man.
And let's go ahead and, Jordan, I'm going to refer to Jim when I talk to this. Think about your Sonic Star of the game. Jim, who do you feel like stood out tonight for the Indians that could be considered for our Sonic Star of the game?
Well, we always talk about how well our linebackers play, but I'm going to give it to the kicker tonight. I thought Grissom came through, kicked very well, 2 big field goals. We had confidence in the kicking game tonight. I know you usually don't take a special teams guy, but let's go with the kicker tonight.
And, Jordan, what about you?
Well, Jim took mine, Adam. I asked the coach a question about the kicker because I wanted to lead into this. But, great job by Skylar in the kicking game tonight. I'm going to give it to the entire linebacking crew, though, because that was a test tonight where it's not easy to play against that triple option style. You'll see that once, maybe twice a year. You heard Coach talk about it. You can't simulate that in practice. You can run it. You can show them kind of what it's going to look like, but you can't run it at the speed they're going to run it at you. They never blinked an eye out there tonight. They played tough for 4 quarters, and that's part of the reason why they come out victorious tonight on homecoming.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jim took your star of the game. You took my star of the game. So I'm not going to pick a star of the game, but I do agree Grisham being the difference in tonight's contest. Jordan, appreciate you heading down on the sidelines. You'll come back up as we'll wrap up the Davis Ford the Renaissance Bank postgame report.
There you go.
ICC wins it by the final score of 27-21. And Jim, your final thoughts on the night?
Great win tonight. Great day. Super atmosphere. Homecoming. Super time tonight. And we had to end it with a win. We needed a win tonight. we need you back here next Thursday night, our last home game. Need to find a way to keep rolling in the North Division, find a way to win next Thursday night.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at some of these other scores throughout the league and see how these things are coming across. These are your final look at your scores this evening in the MACJC. We talked about it. East Central defeated Co-Lin by the final score of 23-18. Your final score in this one, ICC 27, Holmes 21. Kahoma making a little bit of a march back here. It's 54-26 now. Hines leading Kahoma in the fourth quarter. And in the third quarter, here comes East Mississippi, 42-36. Northwest leading East Mississippi. So that one far from over as well. So that's going to do it for tonight's broadcast. We appreciate everyone listening in here on Super Talk Mississippi 101.9 FM. And I also want to say a special thank you to that crew getting us back on the radio there and Tupelo. So your final score, 27-21. So for Jim Ingram, Jordan Smith, Lee Adams, Raphael Henry, Bronson Payne, who almost got run over tonight, and my buddy JB, Jaden Smith, here tonight, as that's going to do it. I'm Adam Gore. We'll see you Thursday night here from Fulton as ICC takes on Mississippi Delta. Have a good evening, and as always, Roll Tribe.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.